Greetings to everyone out there in YouTube land. I'm Ahmed Hassanin, and I just want to give a shout out to Coach Dan. Thank you for all the support you show the team and the players. Everyone hit the like, subscription button, and yell woo in the comments. Thank you, and go Lions.
What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's up to Lion Talk Live? So we love you too, buddy.
What's up, everybody? It's Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron, a.k.a. First Ballot.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live, Coach Dan, by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
All right, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I am your host once again, Dan Thornton. Hey, want to thank you all for joining us here today. Lions Talk Live. You know what? Guess what night it is? That's right, it's Sunday Night Football. It's the big game. Eagles, Lions. Somebody's got to win this game. It's going to be a battle for supremacy in the NFC. And you know what? Just so you guys are aware, I am running very short stringed here. So trying to get some stuff up and running. Been gone for a couple days. Just got back an hour or two ago. And yes, it is my birthday for those who don't know. And thanks for all the birthday wishes I've received so far. But, hey, trying to get everything figured out here and on the fly. And yes, when you pack things up, take it with you, or at least some of the stuff with you. Then have to repack it, get it all orchestrated back up. Yeah, some hurdles to overcome. Let's not worry about that, though. Let's get over to the game, and let's get into some of the actives and inactives. Let me bring this up on the screen. I got to share a screen. I need to do this, that, and the other thing. Hold on. I'm hitting buttons. Buttons are being hit. Sometimes the wrong buttons are being hit. It's a calamity of errors right now, but that's all right. Like I said, we're trying to get things back on track here. All right, let's go to the inactives for the Eagles. You can see this on the screen. I did not have time to prepare them as eloquently as I would normally. Here are the Eagles inactives for the game. Sam Howell will be the emergency quarterback. A.J. Dillon will be the running back inactive. Quarterback Mac McWilliams. Let's see, defensive tackle Ty Robinson, and then offensive lineman Drew Kendall. For the Lions, man, they got some nicer print here. Detroit Lions inactive is not a big surprise here. Terrion Arnold, we already knew he was not going to go. Quentin Jefferson, Kirby Joseph, Tom the Killer Kennedy, Craig Reynolds, and Mekhi Wingo. I know we were talking about it a little bit this morning on the morning show. I am starting to wonder if Craig Reynolds is slowly being phased out of this roster for the Detroit Lions. We'll have to see how this play pans out going forward. But joining us now, Riley. Riley, you see the actives and inactives for this game. Let me just jump into it. I know I was just talking to it with the Duke crew. Is this the beginning of the end for Craig Reynolds?
It might be, man. And it's, you always talk about it, Coach Dan, the whole thing. Hey, you know what? Time out. First of all, I've got to say, happy birthday, Coach Dan. I don't know if everybody in the Duke crew, I'm sure everybody's said that. I kept on myself. I got to jump in. And if you guys don't know here in the Duke crew, it is Coach Dan's birthday. So I think he's had a great weekend. And we talked about it. We were texting during the week. How about a gift from the Detroit Lions? A statement win tonight would be awesome. But yeah, man, I think I'm a big Sione Vaki fan. And I think obviously those are the two guys that are kind of back and forth in the depth chart there. So it might be Craig Reynolds. I don't know, man. I always think of that block in Tampa that sprung Amon-Ra for a touchdown. And, that's not the only play he's obviously made, but that's the one that comes to mind. Ultimate team player, but that's just kind of the nature. I was thinking of that, seeing Cooper Kupp in Seattle today playing against the Rams. It's just kind of the nature and the cycle of NFL rosters. And so, but I'm hopeful to see Sione Vaki at some point make some contributions to the team.
What do you talk about it? Before we worry about the game, we all get it. Eagles, Lions, big game, NFC, yada, yada. Everybody from, this channel to 50 bajillion other channels have covered that ad nauseum this week. But let's just talk about the brass tacks of the Lions. They didn't make any moves at the trade deadline. We've heard all sorts of different reports, whether you watch this channel or read mlive.com or wherever else, that, maybe they didn't make some moves because the guys they have coming back. Miles Frazier, we get it. He apparently is a man-child out there, slapping people around, 5 fingers to the face, knocking defenders down. Just looks like he could be the real deal. Baki, we just talked about, he could be ascending and knocking out Craig Reynolds without a spot. Who are some of the other young guns for the Lions that are coming back from injuries that just maybe knock some of the vets out?
Yeah, it's tough because I remember the Tampa Bay game when we did that one, it was, man, the secondary played really well. But obviously when these guys Arnold comes back, and when you get, I think that was the game Branch was out for, obviously nobody's supplanting those guys or usurping those guys in just a game. But you look at a player like a Malcolm Rodriguez. I think he's inactive tonight, if I am not mistaken, right? But yeah, he's somebody that. The good thing is that these are players that are coming back to the team that have made plays before, and so that it stands to reason to expect that they would be able to do so again. And I know it's the trade deadline comes and goes, and it's not the new shiny toy and the new acquisition, and the low hanging fruit is to say, you have a content and passive GM, but it's. You have to trust them. You have to trust that these guys are, going forward with the troops that they've got, and we'll tell in time. Time will tell if they were right or not.
Looking around the NFL earlier today, all Lions fans are going to be paying attention to the Bears versus Vikings, Giants versus Green Bay. Let's start with the latter of the two. You look at the Green Bay Packers. I think most going into this game felt like the Packers should run away with it fairly easy. Brian, as far as the fact that Brian Gable was fired from the Giants, kicked to the curb, you got an interim coach, and yet somehow the Giants were able to make a game of it, even having an opportunity as late as the final play to potentially tie it, send it in overtime. Where are the Packers right now, in your opinion, Riley?
Man, it's hard because I respect them, but I don't. I'll say this in the whole pantheon of the NFC, and it's not to go a whole a blanket over everything in one comment, but the team that makes me nervous is the Rams. I don't, Chicago's 7-3, and right now they're at the top of the NFC North, and obviously if the Lions don't win tonight, then that's where they'll stay, is at the top of the NFC North. But I don't. If the Lions were playing the Bears tonight, I feel pretty good that the Lions are going to win. If they're playing Green Bay, I think on Thanksgiving, I know I couldn't wait after that week 1 game to have a shot at these guys again. They looked like world beaters week 1, and everyone was quick to say, cream of the crop here in the NFC North again. I don't want to write them off, but it looked for a minute like Minnesota might beat Chicago, and then also like the Giants might have done us a huge favor and beat the Packers. Would have been sweet, but that's just the agony of it, is when these guys are barely squeaking by and getting wins against inferior opponents. But yeah, the Packers they're a really good football team, and could beat the Lions on any given Sunday. But I also feel like the Lions are still a superior team, top to bottom.
You look at the Packers, you look at the fact that they've had a lot of close games against some competition. I think most of us would have said going into the game they should handle easily, whether it's the Cards, whether it's the Giants, or other teams out there. We all get they lost to the Browns, but at the end of the day, what's the biggest weakness right now here today with the Green Bay Packers?
Man, I don't feel like their offense is you could bank on it. You can be reliable. Now, I think that we'll get into what's going to happen tonight. I think it's, as football often does, it just comes down to the trenches. No matter who's calling the plays for the Lions, no matter what play calls you design or however you approach it, you've got to be able to buy time for Goff and for him to be able to get the ball to the playmakers. In Green Bay, it's kind of the same thing, but I just don't know if their offensive power is there. It's either going to be really good or it's going to be, they're going to score 10 points or they're just going to have a great game. It's not anywhere in between, I feel.
All right, let's move on to the Minnesota Vikings and Chicago Bears. Chicago, kick at the buzzer, wins it for them. They've been living fairly dangerously throughout the season, winning games late. How much has Ben Johnson impacted this team? Are they a real threat to supplant the Lions or the Packers or whoever for NFC North supremacy?
How big has Ben Johnson been? He's been outstanding. If you would have told anybody that 10 weeks in or 11 weeks in, I guess if you factor in the bye, that Chicago, if even just while they're waiting for the Lions to play their game, they're at the top of the NFC North, and that's from a coaching change. I think people underestimated how many painful losses the Bears had last year by just the slimmest of margin. And a lot of times it was their own coach, not calling a timeout or whatever, the case was, but it was always boneheaded decisions. Well, now Ben Johnson goes in and it flips already. I don't think that the Chicago Bears are the truest of threats this season, but I do think that from here forward, they're only going to get better. And if they go to the playoffs and win a game this year, we saw how quickly that transformed things for the Lions. Chicago has often, or for a long time, been somebody that I feel like is going to be a threat. And I didn't think that they would be 7-3 after 10 games, but Ben Johnson's done wonders there so far. And you see it with the quarterback play over there as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. Caleb's really started to grow. At the start of the year, I understood he had to catch up to what the demands were for him, but now that he's kind of clicked, it seems to be going on. All right, going back to the Lions game, because that's why everybody's here tonight. Let's talk about the Lions offensive line, because we all get it. You're going to go on offense as well as this offensive line takes you. Yodi steps in last week, 1 week. Maybe you could argue that the Commanders just weren't great. Maybe you could argue the Lions are just that much different under Dan Campbell. End of the day, how good is this Detroit Lions offensive line, and what kind of adversity do they face tonight?
Yeah, I mean, they've been really good except for the opening loss and then the game against Minnesota. And that was kind of the fear, was that there was the blueprint now, and then they responded against Washington. We talked about it. I remember doing the day of the trade deadline show. Hey, if you go beat Washington, you start to feel good again. It's not to say that you beat Washington and all of a sudden, okay, all right, everything's back on track. But you have you don't lose 2 games in a row. And so when the offensive line has given you question, the next week they followed it up and giving you the comfort again. And so Philadelphia's defense is a top 10 defense in the league. We know that they're aggressive. I mean, I think a big thing tonight's going to come down to Coach Campbell versus Coach Sirianni. They both coach very similarly. And I think that they're going to bring the pressure. They're going to try to get Goff uncomfortable. And so the offensive line is huge. Like I said a minute ago, I was talking to my buddy Caleb this morning. We love that Campbell's calling the plays. And the crazy thing about it is it was instantaneous. It didn't take there's flashes of what it looked like. No, last week that's the team and that's the offense that we know and love. And all it took was the change of the play caller. The play caller doesn't matter if the offensive line plays like it did against Minnesota. So, I think that the Lions offensive line is good. Your best players are the best of the elite. But I think that overall tonight we'll find out. This is going to be fun, man. This is going to be a huge test for these guys to see, because I know Graham Glasgow's got his hands full. Really the whole line does. And there's no doubt in my mind that Philadelphia is going into this saying, okay, that's where we're attacking. We're going to try to control the trenches and make Detroit's offensive line uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think we all get that. You got to try to limit the running game, limit the passing game, limit Goff, limit the offensive weapons for the Detroit Lions. Speaking of offensive weapons for the Lions, we all get it. Sam LaPorta is going to be out at least this game and then 3 more. If you're Dan Campbell, if you're the Detroit Lions offense, what do you do to try to replicate, build up in the aggregate, the loss of Sam LaPorta?
Yeah, that's a great question. My answer to this is Jameson Williams. Now, he's obviously not going to replicate the production, and where you really are missing LaPorta is obviously not just his ability to catch the ball on a 3rd and 4. He always gets you 6 or 7, but it's his blocking. But I feel like the offensive production now, if more than ever, now is where Jameson Williams, I feel like he's got to get 6 catches and 60 yards plus. Usually you think of JMO, you're not surprised if it's 2 receptions for 89 yards and a touchdown. I just want to see those shallow crosses like he scored on last week. We always say it, I feel like a broken record, but something other than just sending him deep. But again, to me, the offense, when you have a great offense with really good players, you just stick with what works. Now LaPorta goes out, so you don't have to replicate his exact play, but the production. And to me, this is where Jameson Williams skyrockets. And I think if he's going to duplicate his 1,000-yard season from a year ago, I think it starts tonight.
All right. Riley, if you had to look at this game in totality, where do you think the Detroit Lions defense has the advantage here tonight?
Well, I know that, the Eagles, for all of their prowess with running the football, they are not as efficient running the football this year. In fact, I think Gibbs he's got twice the touchdowns that Saquon has. He's averaging 13 yards more per game on the ground. And I think that, again, on my player of the game, I almost feel like Montgomery has to come in and be the guy that's going to really control the game, because you've got to have extended drives. I don't think you want to get in a speed match with Philadelphia. And I think that for the defensive side of the ball, Philadelphia is, I think it really, maybe it's too simplified, but controlling Saquon Barkley, I think, is where you have to put all of your resources.
Right.
And if you can contain Saquon on the ground, the Eagles' passing offense, I think they're about the same as where they were last year. And so, it's if somebody on the defensive secondary can make a play and get you 1 or 2 turnovers, I think that's what it's going to come down to as well. Is where does that advantage come through? Where if you can get the 1 extra possession that turns into 5, 6, 7 minutes more of time of possession. So comes down to the trenches in this game again. Who runs for more yards? Gibbs and Montgomery or Saquon and their committee?
I'll go with that. All right, we got 12 minutes to kick off. Hey, the big question I've got is what has happened to Saquon Barkley? You kind of already talked about that. Everybody wants to jump on, hey, what the Philadelphia offense hasn't been what it's been the last season or two. The other big question, and one I'll throw at you there, Riley, is at some point tonight, we all know the tush push is coming. What does Kelvin Shepherd have in store to try to stop that thing?
Yeah, I wish I knew the answer. I mean, if I knew the answer on that, I could probably, be coaching in at the NFL level. I don't know if it's doable. I think the way that you try to stop it is as best you can. You keep them out of the 3rd and inches and 4th and inches and 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1. But yeah, Philadelphia's, for them, they've gone, they were the 2nd highest rushing team last year. I think this year they've dropped all the way down to 20, and they're averaging 1,100 rushing yards per game. So they're still productive. Here's the thing. They're 7-2. I think they're 7-2. And you ask anybody in Philadelphia, they've yet to play a complete game. They always feel like they're a work in progress. And so I feel like if they needed to really come out and focus on getting a couple hundred rushing yards, they could do that. If they wanted to, approach it more through the air, they can do that. We'll figure out how quickly the weather comes into play tonight. Obviously, there's reports it's no chance of rain, but it's going to be high gusts of wind. Does that make them go to the ground more? We'll find out. But I think that, Philadelphia is just winning games however they need to at this point. And so I think that for the Lions, it's start strong on offense. What you don't want to see is, a bad first or second drive on offense. Right. You go out, if you get the ball first, you go down. The Lions offensively have scored on every opening drive this season except for 2. So keep that going, control the pace of the game. And then, I think that's where you can kind of win. It's a heavyweight match. This is as good as it gets for a Sunday night game.
All right. Well, we've got about 10 minutes to go until the game kicks off. For those watching, those who don't know, since it's on NBC tonight, I cannot pick it up with my digital antenna. I live too close to one of the towers, so it actually messes up my ability to receive it. I've got to use my smart box to get the game. So there's going to be a 15 to maybe 30-second delay, at least over some viewers, maybe not all viewers, but when I've done broadcasts and I've used the smart box, it just is what it is. It's unavoidable. I know that may bug some of you guys. There's nothing I can do about it. So, just please be kind in the comment section. All right, Riley, we got 10 minutes to go. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, all the cliches they hold true tonight. I feel like it's, all the cliches of football. The more physical team's going to win, controlling the trenches. I actually feel like if the Lions offensive line has a strong game, one of their stronger games, I feel like the Lions can, I don't want to say easily win this game, but I think that they could have a double-digit win. But the inverse is also true. If there's any signs of what we saw week 1 against Green Bay or what we saw against Minnesota a couple weeks ago, could make for a long night. But I feel like this is, if I'm not mistaken, they played Kansas City earlier this year on a Sunday night. Had a chance to go be on the big stage, and obviously they fell short. And this one means even more given that it's against an NFC team. How good will you feel, and you let us know in the Do Crew section, if the Lions win this game tonight? How good are you feeling? You'd be 7-3. You'd have sole possession of first place in the division because you have the head-to-head over Chicago. But a statement win over Philadelphia, that's if might be exactly what the doctor ordered for this team.
Right.
especially given that you've got a bunch of starters out. LaPorta's out. I don't think Terrion's playing tonight, right?
No, Land's got a whole lot of people out. They've got here. I'll even bring it back up on the screen, Mean Gene Okerlund. All right, so we got Arnold out. Not a surprise there. We got Jefferson out, Kirby Joseph, Tom the Killer Kenny, Craig Reynolds, and then Wingo out as well. So we'll see what shakes out from there. But all right, Duke Crew, we've got 8 minutes to go. I've got to go get some water and some stuff. So give me just a quick couple of minutes. I'll be right back, and we'll get this thing ready to go. I'll do the play-by-play. Riley, I know you've got friends and such over watching it. He'll hop on from time to time, break things on down, but we'll all enjoy the game. And, hey, try to roar the Lions to a victory. Give me just a few. Be right back.
Awesome. All right. Let me get this pulled up here for a second here, guys, so I can get the comments. All right. Duncan Stewart, ice cubes in toilet. Check. Not sure what we got there. Scott Showards. Happy birthday, Coach Dan. Duncan Stewart says, we beat Tampa. Lion-O. It's windy as heck there. Hassanin Mahdi. Good evening, Coach Dan and the Dew Crew. Go Lions. We got CK. No spoilers. Happy 39th. PZY 5T0. All right, let's rock it. The 302 kid. Good evening, all. Go Lions. Yeah, let us know, guys, in the section here. What are your score predictions if you're into that kind of thing? I think obviously no matter what the score ends up being or how it's done, obviously for the Lions just to get a win, this is a big opportunity for the Lions tonight. Dennis says, hey, Dan and the Dew Crew. Dan Lyon, happy birthday. Dennis also says happy birthday to Coach. It says, Dan Lyon, we need to work on the quick passes and JMO running in the slot. Chip away and don't let the Eagles line get to Goff. I think that's a perfect recipe right there. And we say it every week, man. How huge would it be for JMO to just utilize his speed, man? If you can get him on that shallow cross route, and evidently Coach Dan told him Coach Dan Campbell told him at halftime last week, hey, we're coming out, we're opening this third quarter here. We are dedicating this drive to you, and we saw what happened. So it's not to say it's going to happen every time you tell him that, but why not go back to that? Al says, happy birthday, Coach Dan. Craig Reamer, my son is at the game. Sadly, he's an Eagles fan. I hope he comes back home depressed. My prediction, 24-20. Well, it sounds like you'll have a win-win either way. Either your team wins or your son will be happy. But I think we're all in agreement that we want him to not be happy, at least for tonight. Lane Hill also says, happy birthday, Coach Dan. Let's see. Millicent Fisher, we may have some guys out, but we have a hell of a lot of great guys in. Let's go. It's a great mindset, man. It's all of the cliches of football, the next guy up. And, if you said at the start of the year, hey, you're going into Philadelphia, LaPorta's out, Arnold's out, Ragnow retires, you start having all these thoughts, but that's why you got to play the game. And that's why we go week by week, and we'll find out. Wouldn't be surprised if the Lions come out and win this game tonight. We'll see how it all shakes out. Let me scroll back up here and see some more. Darkhurst says, brutal. Trim Reapers, good to see you, man. How many birthday spankings for you, Coach? James Eater says, happy birthday, Coach Dan. Let's go. Egan says, Sam Riley, the Reynolds block. Yes, that one in Tampa that sprung St. Brown is one of the best plays I've ever seen in my life. I still get chills thinking of it. Ron Griggs, let's go, or Lions going to kill the Eagles. That would be great. Kerry Simchich, mix up the passing. Want to see Knuckles run hard. Want my defense to show up and my special teams to show up. This is a punch the ball game. Pressure, 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 rotation, rotation. I love it, man. Sounds like a coach. Lion O says, woohoo, Duke Crew. Almost time. The Broncos Chiefs had so many flags thrown. It was unbelievable. To be fair, the Chiefs did get quite a few. Broncos beat both Super Bowl teams from last year. I don't know who ended up winning that game tonight. Last I saw was the Seahawks badly missed a field goal that would have won the game. And so the Los Angeles Rams moved to 8-2, and I will be in Los Angeles next month for that game. Maybe I'll be able to do some work for Lions Talk Live there, live from SoFi Stadium. Rob Candle, good to see you, man. Lions football, true grit. Lino, listening to Coach Dan is way better than listening to Chris Collinsworth any day. That's a nice credit to Coach Dan. Rob says, screw the Bears. Drew, happy birthday, Coach Dan. Go Lions. Hello, Riley. Good to see you, man. And Hassanin's coming out with the prediction, 23-21, Lions win. Millicent Fisher's got 34-17. The Lions will win it. And my guy, Bo Booth, I had a moment of panic, had to update my Fubo account, got it fixed. Oh, man, yeah, that's a stress if you start seeing that and getting nervous. Jack Rumsey says, happy birthday, Coach Dan. Also says, Floose. I know he's referencing Bears Talk guy Harrison Graham, was not a big fan of Matt Eberflus last year, but Ben Johnson's quickly turned things around there. So that's what the Lions got to do tonight, guys. We got to, win. Obviously, again, even if you lose tonight, you got to control the inclination to panic, because I think the Lions will be fine. But 6-4, the Lions have already lost more games this year than they did last year, so we're kind of spoiled. But these are the ones you got to have. If it comes down to playoff game against these guys, let's try to get the game at Ford Field, because I think that matters. It didn't last year against Washington, but I think that was not where the game was played. I think it was the amount of injuries that they had. So, Coach, you got a ton of happy birthdays in the comment section here. So seems everybody's ready to celebrate with you tonight, and hopefully the Lions get this done for us.
Let's celebrate a Lions victory. Forward down the field, baby. I got to get a version of that on the channel here at some point. So, all right, you see Mikey Tirico and Chris Collinsworth on the screens again. For those watching, since it's on NBC or Peacock tonight, because my digital antenna doesn't pick it up so well, I'm watching on my smart box. And anyways, there is going to be a 15 to 30 second, whatever it may be, delay. The only thing I would say in the comment section, some of you guys are going to be ahead of me. Some of you are going to be behind. Just try to be respectful as best you can in the comment section. To not, throw spoilers in there left, right, and center. All right, free trial of Fubo that I'm getting rid of before I pay for it. NFL app is good enough, but I want to watch it on the big screen tonight. There you go. Let's see. Good evening, Duke Crew, and back at you, Coach. So, all right, yeah. I mean, I can get every game in the world on the smart box, but there is a little bit of a delay, so I enjoy it. But when I'm doing the broadcast, I do have to give you guys the warning that there is a delay. City Manley, what do you got for us? As long as the score is close, we will steal the win. I like the way you're thinking. Who doesn't like a good thief in the night, especially when you're the visiting team? Greg, happy birthday, Coach Dan. Yeah, number 53 is here, my friend. A Lions win would be a great gift. Exclamation point, go Lions, and Duke Crew. And back at you, my friend. All right, Riley, if you had to guess who's going to be the MVPs for the Lions tonight, who you got on both sides of the ball?
So I'm going to go with Jameson Williams, because now with LaPorta again being out, every week I'm just sitting here pleading, and my guy Jack just came in here too. We're pleading. He's got him on his fantasy team. We're begging for him to get the ball. I think now it has to happen. Now you're not hoping for it. There's one less mouth to feed. So I'm going to say J-Mo has a huge game tonight. And then I think when you think Eagles Lions, you go to Gibbs and Barkley. I actually think tonight Montgomery's got to be huge. When he comes out and he plays and he gets hit at 4 yards, but he actually goes down after a 7 or 8 yard gain, those are the games where you feel pretty comfortable that the Lions are going to win. And then on defense, it might be cliche because it's just some of the best players, but I want to see Brian Branch step up and lead the secondary that's not playing at full health. And then Aiden Hutchinson, let's see him get in there. And hey, if Tyleek Williams can get in the game tonight, I don't think he'd be an MVP, but I'd like to see some production out of him. But I'm going to go Hutch and Branch on defense, and then on offense, Jameson Williams and David Montgomery tonight.
We'll go with all the above, man. All right, we should have, once they come back from commercial break again, some of you guys, since I got the delay, may already be seeing it, but I've got the coverage will resume shortly, so there's a commercial going on, a local commercial, and then it'll bring me the game. Riley, you sticking around, or you got friends hanging out?
Yeah, I will be back at the 2-minute warning in the second quarter, and then you guys, if you want to hang out with me here at halftime while Coach Dan takes a break, let's go have a hell of a good football game and get a win for Coach Dan tonight. Sunday Night Football. Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, appreciate you. Thank you very much, my friend, as always. All right, guys, getting back to you guys in the comment section. I think we're all caught up in the comments, but hey, we get it. This is going to be a big one. This is going to be a prove it game. And both teams are going to view it the same way. Everybody's going to want to establish their identity, establish their toughness and their ability. Yeah, 53. Yes, Millicent Fisher. No way, looking good, Coach. Hey, must be the Dew, right? Must be the Dew crew. But Riley, you do a great halftime. Yes, he does, man. And from the bottom of my heart, Riley, thanks for helping out with everything. All right, hold on. I got to fix one thing on the screen because I know I'll probably get yelled at by YouTube or somebody if you guys can even see the screen. So, hey, there we go. Some quick on-air adjustments. Again, I've been gone for a couple days, so things get moved around, especially when the mother-in-law is running the ship. All right, I think you guys can't see the TV now, or if you can, it's so minimum. Can't imagine anybody would love it. All right, Trim Reaper DDI. It's possible, although I think he's going to be back soon. Loved your hair this morning, Coach? Yes, indeed. When you don't have anything to put in the hair, it's not always the greatest, especially since I'm growing it back out for my kid. She wanted me to grow my hair back out a little bit longer, so I agreed to do so. Yeah, the good dad thing, right? Right, yes, he does a great halftime show. Defense and demo will be key, plus the gritty, the glasses. Yes, for Dan Campbell, we'll see. All right, on my screen, they're interviewing Saquon Barkley. They're talking to him, so just if you guys want to sync up, you know where I'm at with things. I think he's getting the second round of questions going right now, so he's trusting the O-line, he just said on my screen. I'm 53 as well, 54 in a month and a half. Well, congrats to you, my friend. Happy pre-birthday. So remember, we're getting Whiteside in place of Kirby. Might be indeed. I would think so. DDI hair coach, yes, indeed. It might be. I said Tesla will show up tonight. I do think Tesla makes are going to be used, and I think that's been part of the plan for a while. They're going to be used in basically tight end packages. I think they're going to see it this week, next week, and probably definitely against Green Bay, just to put the Packers in some adverse situations without spending an hour going over the X and O's. You guys all get it. All right, NFC leaders, you see it on the screen. Lions 6-3, Eagles 7-2, Rams are now 8-2. So hey, you're gonna have some good games coming up, and the Bears, you guys already know, are 7-3 as well. Packers 6-3-1. Big game. Hey, getting that time of the year. You got about a month and a half, 2 months left of the regular season. All these games matter, and every week that passes by, you are all blurry. Well, hey, maybe use Dan Campbell's glasses. I don't know. So we'll see how that helps you out there, Drew. Remember, I don't want him getting his haircut too hard dang long. There you go. Breeze 9. Okay, wow, look at that wind. Yes, the wind is blowing there. No doubt about it. Remember, I've been playing Hell Drivers. You ever heard of it? Hell's Drivers? Maybe not. I guess not. I haven't, yeah. But both wind gust is going to be a factor. Yeah, without question. I think you're going to have to see passes mostly be short in nature. All right, they're getting ready to kick off. The Lions are going to kick it. We'll see how they do with the kick. There's a kick. It's up there. It's out there. And it's, as always, to the right side of your screen. So the Lions do that intentionally. For anybody who doesn't know, they want to kick it to that area. All right, Breeze 9, both kickers missed because of wind. I would agree with that. Jeffrey, the Lions win is great for my chemo treatment. So proud of our team, win or lose draw. Hey, 100%, and hey, just for you, man, I hope you're doing well. Let's give you, just try to help you out, man, give you a little extra panache. Let's give you a 1, 2, and a 3. Wish you well on that treatment, my friend. Game start? Yes, it is. All right, let's get to the game. I've got the Eagles breaking the huddle, coming up to the line. You see Reader Williams in there. And let's see what we do. Under center, you got splits, one receiver high and low, one running back behind. Tight end is to your high side. Lions got up there, play action pass. Hurst going to drop back, going to throw it downfield, and it is incomplete. He dropped it. Intended for Devontae Smith, but he could not hang on. Now, one thing I'm going to want to pay attention to, at least from my eyes, I saw Tyleek the Freak Williams lining up next to DJ Reader. Does that mean you put Aleem the Dream McNeil at defensive end? We'll have to wait and see. I couldn't see all the numbers, couldn't see all the reads, but I did catch that one real quick. It does look like perhaps. All right, shotgun 2 high, 1 low. Hurst drops back. He's going to dump it off over the middle, and it's dropped once again. Hey, Lions defense looked pretty good on these first 2 passes. Keep your spirits up, brother. 100%. 100%. That's for you, Jeffrey, from the Trim Reaper. No spoilers for me either, says Bobo. Thank you, everybody. All right, we got 3rd and 10 now. Can the Lions defense get them off the field? Lickety split. Let's find out. Inquiring minds want to know. There's Aleem McNeil lined up in the middle. Looks like they moved Derek Barnes to the end opposite Hutch. Lions showing zone coverage here. You got 3 to the high side, 2 to the low side, empty backfield. Lions showing nickel blitz. They are blitzing. It's picked up, unfortunately, and it is going to be completed for the first down. Lions sent the nickel blitz, and in my opinion, not very authoritative. If you're going to blitz, you got to get in there, and then they were kind of, I don't know, not the greatest at coming on in there. But it is a first down. A surprise there that they gave them the zone package. All right, Hurts now making a line adjustment. He's going to the shotgun. He's got 3 high, 1 low. The low is his running back. Also has a tight end to low of the screen. Muhammad is in, also with Barnes. Barnes is lined up as the interior end, showing blitz. He does blitz. Got some pressure from Aiden Hutchinson. Looks like he was being held. They don't ask me, though. Deep shot down the field is caught, but out of bounds. Flag on the play. Alex Anzalone in coverage there does a great job and keeps it from being a completion. We'll see what the flag is. Holding on the offense. Like I was saying earlier, look to my eyes, at least, as biased as they may be, that Aiden Hutchinson was being held. That would be against Lane Johnson. A great battle of 2 of the NFL's best. Hutchinson bull rushes him, has him pushing. Yes, you can see he doesn't release when Hutchinson turns. That should get called every time. And Coach Schrock probably knows, exactly what I'm talking about there. Defender starts turning, the quarterback starts running. You got to release her, and that's tough for an offensive lineman because obviously you can't see what the quarterback's doing. All right, they're going to switch Hutchinson to the other side of the field. Will the Detroit Lions defense have him go up against the left tackle here? Tight formation again, twin tight ends in, split receivers, 1 running back behind. The man in motion, and this time is going to be a handoff finally for the Eagles. Going to get about 4, maybe 5 yards on that one. Hutchinson starting. We got the opening alignment being released by NBC. Tyler Lacey, how about that? I've been talking about him a lot. Alex Anzalone's got a black eye, apparently, if you looked at him. And yes, hopefully you guys are watching this. By the way, Ron LaFair just sent me a message on Facebook. All right, they're going to say 2nd and 15 now after the pickup of 5. Shotgun formation, double to the low side, single to the high side. Running back leaks out. Hudson, immediate pressure. That pass is out of bounds, incomplete, setting up a 3rd and 15. Hudson came in unabated to the quarterback. Hurts had to make the hot read, and that read was out of bounds. Just manhandled Lane. Wow, yeah, he did, man. He pushed him pretty dang good there. Hurts had to get rid of it in a hurry. Hot read, and did not have time to really communicate well with the receiver. Set something up there. All right, 3rd and 15. Last time it was long, they went to a zone. Let's see if the Lions do that again. You got shotgun, 1 high, 2 low. Now check that. Make it 3 to the low side as tight end in motion. There's the snap. It is man-to-man from the Lions. Hurts has all sorts of time. Muhammad starting a little pressure. Hurts getting happy feet. Lions in pursuit. He's going to go down, sacked, I believe, depending on where they mark him. Well, I don't think it's going to end up being a sack. I think it's going to be a run for a yard. But, hey, Muhammad got in there and was denied a sack by maybe half a yard. If you guys want to check on your screens, if they give Muhammad a sack and let us know in the comment section, that would be greatly appreciated. Lions played shell coverage there with the line, trying to deny any obvious running lanes for Hurts. Did a good job then flowing to the ball. Going to force a punt here. And 4th and we'll say 14. Lions defense did well. Change in the alignment there quickly. There is the punt. It's up there. It's out there. It's a pretty good one there. At the 15, catches Cleef Raymond. He's going to bring it back inside. He's going to get up to basically the 14. So he's going to end up losing about a half yard. Try to make some magic happen. No magic to be had, unfortunately, on that one. All right, we're good. Our first drive. Hey, we're about ready to get our first drive on offense, my friend. In golf, we trust. I like the way you're thinking, Trim. Egon, just manhandle Lane. Yes, correct. He did. Trim Reaper, Lions D will win this game. I hope you are correct. I think you are going to be correct. First flag against Eagles. So you are correct, and yes. All right, all caught up that way. Trim, did you see last night's Red Wings game? I was so disappointed. Trim got manhandled and cost us the game. I did not see it. I was out and about with the wife and friends there. But who is Lions 91? Off the top of my head, I do not know. You'll have to look that one up there, and I don't know offhand. We are getting our first drive. Yes, we are. But let's see if I can find that for you real quick. Bo, Detroit Lions roster. Lions roster. 2025. We're in the commercial, so let's see if I can find out here. All right. Wait. They do not have a numeric order, so that's not going to help me. All right. Scanning. Well, we got 98. All right. Boy. Yeah, when they don't have it in numeric order. I say. I'm trying to find them. I'm looking. Yeah, I don't see it. Well, let me try this. Detroit Lions roster number 91. Maybe that'll pop it up. Make sure I want that. All right, that's not going to help. They gave me the Detroit Lions 1991 roster. Well, unfortunately, I cannot answer that question for you. Not at least right now. Is it Tyleek? Is Tyleek 91? Okay. Thank you. In the East, hey, man, say what you want. I think the kids played well. Blowing them up. Yes, I think he's done pretty well. All right, Trim River, I do my best not to spoil anything. Yeah, just be a part of it. Have fun with it, man. You know, that's really all I can ask. Sorry that there's going to be, like I said, a little bit of a delay, at least in my coverage tonight, but it is what it is, man. Can't help it. I live next to a radio station, and apparently that blocks those signals for me. So the NBC one. All right, should be coming back from commercial here fairly quick. They're showing the Rocky Balboa run of pride up the steps, and there's the Rockster up on top. Who would have guessed it once upon a time? All right. Getting back to the game here momentarily. At least I'm assuming. All right. Lincoln Financial Field. Lions going to get the ball here. All right. Goff under center, tight formation, man in motion, tight end to the low side, one on the high side. Roll out, play action. He's going to throw it. He's going to complete it. St. Brown for, we'll say, a 9-yard gain. Nice read, nice play setup. And, hey, getting them going early. All right. See what the Lions do here on second and short. Goff in a shotgun. Gibbs to his low side. 2 receivers low side. 1 receiver high side along with the tight end. Goff sends a man in motion. It is Jameson Williams to the high side of the screen. He snaps it. He's got it. He's going to drop it off. There are whistles, but not before Gibbs runs out of bounds for a nice first down pickup there. Goff has been, I'd say, exemplary to say the least in his time during the Detroit Lions. This year, 74% completion pass. Completion percentage on passes and just under 250 yards a game. Goff shotgun, empty backfield. He's going to look one way. He's going to come back the other way. It is tipped and intercepted, unfortunately, and brought down. Lions, unfortunately, Goff looked one way, had a man open, but the ball batted at the line of scrimmage, and Philadelphia is in business in territory to score, red zone area. And that would be Davis who got the mitts up there. He got it up in the air and, unfortunately, batted Goff's pass. Goff had a man open. The line held up well. Just Davis made a play. It's as simple as that. Might not be the play Lions fans wanted for sure. Cooper DeJean took it off out of the air and got it down into red zone area for the Philadelphia Eagles. All right, getting back to this game. See if the Lions defense can keep them out of the end zone. Shotgun formation, too high. Now man in motion to the low. One man low, running back to his low side. They're going to hand it off to Saquon Barkley on a play action pass, and then drop it off down low. Lions defense holds A.J. Brown to a yard at best. All right, I've got to try to reset my screen, unfortunately. Getting some distortion, some interference. Let's see if I can catch up to speed now. Waiting for it to reload. Sorry about that, guys. All right, seems like it's okay now. All right, if the Lions defense can hold here, that would be a big win for this team. It is 2nd and 8. They're going to give him 2 yards on that short completion. 2 to the high side, 2 backs behind. It is a handoff this time. And this time, Barkley is going to be brought down by multiple Detroit Lions players for about a 1-yard gain. That was set up 3rd and roughly 7. All right. Well, yeah, I mean, are we saying it's Goff's fault that the guy batted the ball? Okay. All right, let's see what we do here on 3rd and 8. Empty backfield, 3 to the high side, 2 to the low side. Lions in zone coverage, 2 safeties in the end zone. Surprised by that. Passive look underneath, quick slant pass, and incomplete. A.J. Brown got a hand on it, but couldn't bring it in, and the Lions defense seems ready to hold. Raquel Singh at a physical defensive back for the Detroit Lions, matched up with Brown, gives up the slant, but you know what? Gets enough bump on him to keep him from getting the other hand around. The left hand couldn't get around to help secure the ball. Lions defense, you asked them to make a play. They made 3 plays there. And here's the Philadelphia Eagles lining up to kick it. They're going to try to take an early 3-0 lead. It's up there. It's out there. It's in there. The Philadelphia defense was able to tip Goff's pass, gets it up in the air, and you know what? They were able to make a play, but the Detroit Lions defense holds true, keeps them to just 3. All right, let's see. Thankfully, only 3, 100% there. Break time. Defense came to play. Let's go, boys. I'm down with that. Coach Rock, the D did their job. Woo! I concur. Great Lakes. Hey, guys that just joined the game, what did I miss? Goff had a pass tipped up in the air. Davis for the defensive line of the Eagles was able to tip it up in the air, and then the pass was picked off. So by Cooper DeJean. All right, break time. Cold games. It is a cold game indeed out there. All right. What do we got here? Look for more. Yes, it is. Philadelphia is up 3. True Rock, he plays horrible when he wears gloves. Well, I remember him beating Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay with a glove on. So, I mean, I guess there's that. I also remember having a near 400-yard passing game down in Carolina while wearing a glove. The Lions did lose that game, but you wouldn't say it was because of golf. So, I don't know. To each their own devices. Egon, Booth, at least it's not a full of broccoli head. There you go. Let's see. Field goal, course, Philadelphia. Will concur. The trim river, oh no. Yeah, it's an oh no, but at least the Lions defense held. Goff with his small hands couldn't have a glove on his throwing hand. All right, shouldn't have a glove on his. I don't really. I don't know. Each their own. Everybody's got their opinion. I don't think his hands are that small, but what do I know? Bird time. Calling now. Goff throws 4 picks. All right. Well, maybe that'll happen. As long as we win, that's all I'm worried about. But I hate that guy's haircut. Hey, well, we'll try to cut somebody else's hair then. Bad luck. Sometimes you get that. Sometimes you got to get one. We lost the ball. Intercept. There you go. Coach Rock, the sissy is wearing gloves. I would not allow that. All right. That hurt. Oh, yikes. Shake it off. That's all you can do, really. All right. Did Tom Brady wear gloves too? I seem to remember terrible Tom wearing gloves as well. So, but I mean, hey, all he did was win 7 Super Bowls. So it is what it is. But, all right. Bo, Shep Flex defense looking good. Let's see, Berg time. He threw for 145 yards, 1 TD at Green Bay last year. Did they need more than that, I guess? And I was meaning Aaron Rodgers last game. This is what I was referencing. But to your point then, that's 2 times he's won on the frozen tundra in the cold. So, I mean, there's that, I guess. Let's see. Coach Rock lost the rest of them with gloves. All right. Not sure on that one. Remember, nothing but respect, Coach. Love hanging out with with you in the Duke crew. Woo! Love having you here, my friend. All right. Let's see what the Lions do to respond from this one. Here's the kick, man. It seems like everybody kicks to the right side. There's got to be some special teams coach would have to tell me why that is. I do not know why. Khalif Raymond, what I can say is he seems to go more left to right than north to south and more punt and kick returns. So I'm not really sure the logic there, but he must have some. All right, Lions offense. You had something not go your way. What do you do in response here? We're about to find out. Waymo TD bomb incoming. Let's see if that would be good. That would be very good. All right, Cooper DeJean, they're going through the Philadelphia defensive front now. Goff has got a tight formation, power, 2 receivers to the low side, 1 to the high side. Man in motion is Khalif Raymond, 1 running back behind. Goff's going to hand it off to Gibbs. He's going to try to break it out. and he's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage if they're kind with the marking. Bond in pursuit along with other personnel for the Eagles, and yes, they get to Gibbs quickly. Shoots the gap in the hole. Lions, the offensive line did not do a great job, in my opinion, of blocking there. All right, shotgun it is for Goff. He's got 2 receivers low, 1 receiver high. Motions man is the tight end down low. There's the snap. Goff has it. He's under some pressure. He's under some heat, and down he goes. There is a penalty flag on the play. It's going to be holding on the Lions. The penalty is declined. The Lions didn't want to make a trade. You see the man the Eagles did trade for. He came shooting in there and really disrupted the play, amongst others, I guess we could say. Goff had no chance. Multiple people in the backfield in his vicinity. 3rd and 16. Shotgun, 3 low, 1 high. 1 running back to the high side. And there's the snap. Goff drops back. 7-step drop. He's going to throw it downfield and incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown there, but as we all know, the strong winds are blowing, making deep shots down the field probably less ideal. And the Lions will have to punt the ball away. And there you can see, just looking at Dan Campbell, how cold the wind is blowing as his nose looking a little red there. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but Dan Campbell's nose is, he's looking a little bit like Rudolph there. All right, getting back to the game, though. Enough about the holidays. We have those coming. There's the snap, and there's the punt. It's a good one. It's past the 50, past the 40, all the way. It's going to get a friendly Lions roll. It's going to roll back to about the 30. There is a penalty flag down, but I think the Lions are going to mark it down around the 30-yard line. Waiting to see on the penalty flag. Holding on the Eagles are going to push him back a little bit more. Offense not looking ideal so far. Lionel wants you to know, Richard, what yard line are they on? Now they're going to be down probably around the 20-yard line. If you're talking about the Eagles, that is, Richard. Jeffrey, I was just thinking that. Big Mike, hey, who is working on that O-line tonight? So far, there are some things that need to be fixed, for sure. Coach Rock, too many flags tonight. Let it go. An important game. Let the players decide it. I will see if they decide to do just that. All right. We're in commercial break, and then we'll be back. Maybe I should go like 1920s announcer voice. That may be kind of fun. Bo, it's early, gang. I'm not about to worry. No. I mean, games aren't won in the first play. They're not lost in the first play. But we got a whole lot of game to play. Jeffrey Rudolph knows. There you go. Yeah, either that or, man, I'm trying to think of some other people. I guess old St. Nick, kind of red, been out at night, the wind blowing on it. Trim Reaper, if we lose tonight and then beat them in the playoffs, I'll be happy about that. 1,000%. Zeizerman, what do you got, though? One of the worst stadiums to play in. It's cold. It's windy. 100%. And it's going to limit the offense for sure. I get some people don't like it when quarterbacks wear gloves. I don't know. What's best for you? That's what I would say. I'm not a fan of wide receivers wearing gloves, but I think just about every wide receiver does it. Every defensive player does it. So I wasn't a favor of Stickum back in the day. But now they got rid of it, and I basically just replaced it with gloves. So who knows, man? I'm trying to remember other quarterbacks that wore gloves. I know Brady did. I want to say Warren Moon did sometimes. I don't know if Jim Kelly did. And, if you lived in Buffalo and played there all your career, you probably just got used to the weather. But is what it is. All right, waiting on the game. Let's see if the Lions defense can respond and get another stop. That would be great for us. If you guys had a guess right now, what is Shep's Flex doing? Shep's Flex defense doing to try to stop the Eagles this drive? Do they blitz? Do they play man? Who's going to blitz? All will be revealed momentarily. Because this is a long commercial. All right, Cunningham. I like Cunningham. Yeah. Or you mean Cunningham for the Lions, I'm assuming? Yeah, I like him. All All right, getting back to it. They've got pictures of Wicked for Good and then houses on water with jet skis and a lot of Christmas lights. That is not my house, by the way. None of them. But, if they want to give me one, I'd probably take it. All right, let's see. Getting back at it. Philadelphia in a tight formation, 2 to the high side, 1 to the low side. They're going to pitch it out to Saquon Barkley. Lions overplayed the initial formation and gave up the backside bandit run. Nobody set the edge, and Barkley went for a real nice gain of about 15 yards. Lacey caught out of position there along with multiple linebackers for Detroit. They played the guards pulling instead of playing the ball, and hey, not easy to do. I can call it out, but you know what? It's easy to see here. It's not always easy to see behind the offensive line, defensive line, etc. 1st and 10, Philadelphia from the 34-yard line. 2 to the low side, 1 to the high side with running back behind. Play action pass. He's looking. He's got to dump it off over the middle for about we'll say 6-yard gain. Got her with the reception. It takes it out of bounds. Going to set up a second and very good position for the Eagles offense. Happy birthday. Hey, thanks for that, Richard. Thank you very much. Trim Reaper, he's laughing. Drew Randall Gloves. Hey, I'll go with that. Detroit 0, Philly 3. Lions offense has yet to do anything of note this game. Philly's offense is marching on 2nd and 4, and they're going to hand it off again up the middle. They're going to get about 2 yards, and we all know this is now 4-down territory for the Eagles, as we all know about the tush push. All right, 3rd and 2. Let's see what the Eagles choose to do. 2025 has not been a great season for Saquon Barkley, not like last year. Multiple reasons in play here. 3rd and 1. They do not show the push tush. Let's see if they do it, though. They got tight formation, 1 low, now motion man low. They're going to hand it off inside. Lions all over it. Multiple Lions get to him, and the Eagles are going to lose, I'm going to say 2 yards on that play, setting up a 4th and 3 with 6 minutes and 14 seconds left in the first quarter for the Lions. And I know the Jumbotron's going to show this replay. Lions jam the center. Can't go. The running back has nowhere to go. Runs into the back of multiple offensive linemen. Then Nowakowski is the first line to him before a gaggle of Lions in pursuit get him down. They call it officially 4th and 2. They're going to punt it, though. And there's the snap. The punt is away. And let's see. Lions catch it at about the 11-yard line. Again, Khalif Raymond to me just doesn't look like his normal return self, at least so far today. All right, for the 3rd time, the Lions are going to get the ball in the first quarter with 5 minutes and 36 seconds to go. All right, get back to you guys. Trim Reaper, the Detroit Lions don't have a tush to push. They got some butt to kick in Philly. I like it, like indeed. Egon, maybe try Stewart for a return? I wonder if they do. But right now, Cleve Raymond just doesn't look like he's making a great he's not making authoritative decisions. He seems like he's hesitating. Nowakowski getting it done. Yes, he is. Easy. Raymond has lost yards in every return so far. You're not wrong there, man. Lionel, defense impressive so far. They have been. They really have been. Dan Lyon, what a stop. A very good one. Brian F., that's the only way to stop the tush push, and he agreed with that. Trim River, let's go, boys, with some exclamation points. Dan, let's go, Lions. Hold them. Jeffrey, woo, and back at you. The Lions defense came to play now. Goff, show up, please. Let's see what they can do. All right, then go to the bottom of the screen here. Dre Day, put Lovett in for punt returns. Raymond is off lately. I agree. He just, this game and last game, he just seems hesitant. And for anybody who's ever done special teams, I don't care if it's kickoffs or punts. You can't be hesitant. You can't go left to right. You have to go north to south, depending on your respective point of view. You've got to hit those holes, and you got to be willing to do it at 120 miles per hour, even though that means you may get your head taken off. All right, Coach Rock, Raymond just needs to go north and south. I agree with you, Coach, 100%. Mr. Detroit City, keep up the great work, Coach Sam. Hey, I have fun doing it. Hopefully you guys have fun being a part of the Duke Crew and the show. All right, Lions have a okay, got that one, got one. All right, let's see. Peace. Offense needs to show up soon. Hey, thankfully, it's only a 3-0 game. And I get it. Goff's pass, deflected, picked off, gave him basically the 3 points. But what are you going to do? Carter made a great play, tipped it up, and then Cooper Jean ran under it and caught it. Hopefully the Lions defense can do something similar for us. That would be sensational. But right now, before the defense can do that for us, we've got the ball. We're on offense. And let's see what the offense will do. All right, getting back to the game. It looks like they'll be coming back from commercial here, I think fairly quickly. But what do I know? My side, I don't get to see the commercials. So I just see returning soon. And yes, you can see we are back. Dan Campbell is on the sidelines. He is calling the plays. And, man, that new nose is being massaged by the wind. That'd probably be a good way to word it there. All right, getting back to the game. Lions at the 12-yard line, tight formation, to the high, one low. Low is Jameson Williams. Dave Montgomery's in. Williams is going to get the ball on a jet sweep handoff, and he's going to pick up, we'll say, 9 yards, depending on where they mark him, where he falls down. I think, personally, it's a bad mark by the official. It looks like they're going to give him 8. But, again, they don't ask me. Danny Campbell calling the plays. The OCHC. Lions, well, they're marking it 2nd and 1. So they did give him 9 on that one. Jameson Williams, how cold is this? He looks like a snow, what do you want to say it? The guy from Star Wars, Sandman, or Sand People. How about that? All right, handoff up the middle. Dave Montgomery breaks a couple tackles, goes forward for about 7 yards. Jameson Williams is covering up all of his face that he possibly can to protect himself from that cold and wind. Meanwhile, you are seeing the video right now. Is that Lane Johnson, one of the offensive linemen for the Philadelphia Eagles? He is walking into the locker room, zone power, but clearly got a hiccup in his get-up. Could be a hip, could be a knee, could be an ankle. That I don't know. What I do know is the Lions have a first down. And Goff making a line adjustment. 2 to the high side, 1 to the low side. 1 running back behind. And they are going to play action pass. Goff's got a couple of guys open. He drops it off to Dave Montgomery. Dave Montgomery goes forward. Let's see if they give him the first down. Yes, they do. They're going to give him another Detroit Lions first down. The Lions are marching the ball on this drive. John Morton, first season as Lions offensive coordinator. Now probably more appropriate term with quality control. He's going to process the information up at the booth, get it down to the ears of MCDC. Goff now in a shotgun. 2 high, 2 low. 1 running back to the low. Makes another line adjustment, and there's the snap. Goff looking. He's under some pressure. He gets it off underneath, and Jameson Williams cuts it back up, cuts it back in for about a 16-yard gain. And he wants to point everybody, we're going this way. J-Mo and D-Mo making some things happen for this Lions offense. Jameson Williams' involvement in the play, I guess we just say the offense is the totality. His involvement in the offense has gone up exponentially this game and last game. Lions now with 29 running backs in the backfield. They got everybody back there. On formation, a direct snap to Dave Montgomery, who's going to take it off. He's going to break 1 tackle as he fakes the handoff to Gibbs. Doesn't really fool the Philadelphia Eagles. That's, hey, but he did get maybe a yard or 2 on it. You got Gibbs, you got Goff, you got Tesla, and you got Montgomery. Montgomery is the up man. He catches it, does the RPO read on it, and that's between him and, yes, Gibbs. But he goes forward for 2 yards, setting up a 2nd and 8. All right, Goff shotgun, 2 to the low, 2 to the high. Motion man goes to the high. That is Brock Wright. Goff makes another check line adjustment. Goff gets it. Eagles are coming. Goff steps up. He drops it down and checks it down into the ground at the feet of Brock Wright. Eagles were coming and applied pressure on Goff. Goff probably chose the right move in just dumping it down. All right, let's see what they do on 3rd and 8. Dan Campbell, what's he got in store for the Lions here? The Lions have, picked up a couple first downs here. There's a handoff here to Dave Montgomery. Dave Montgomery is going nowhere. He gets a yard, maybe if they're generous too. And the Lions are going to face 4th and 6. Dan Campbell. I'm assuming he's going to punt it here, but one never knows. Why, that's just your game? All right, I'll take that. And unfortunately, as you're seeing on your screen, the rookie, Ratledge, down on the ground. He seems to be grabbing at a knee and an ankle. So they will pause to address that and go to commercial. Hopefully it's nothing big, but the Lions, we get it. They're already beat up on that offensive line. Looks like Tate might be hurt. I think you are right. Bo Rat is not getting up. Not as of yet. Lionel, Tate down, dang it, 100%. Remember why that's just my game? Well, Johnny Ringo, aren't you? Coach Rock, not quite the order I like the backs in. It's something different there. Definitely something different. And I bet you he's setting something up in the future, not just this game. Great Lakes, please explain an inside run on 3rd and 8. Well, that's just what Dan Campbell ordered. Now, everybody wanted to fire John Morton when he did it. Now Dan Campbell did it. We're going to fire the head coach too, I guess. It's not what I would have, in Great Lakes, I get your point. It's not what I picked, but there was a reason, I guess we could say, why Dan Campbell ordered it. Maybe try to catch him off guard. Maybe because of the wind, that middle of the field, maybe didn't feel comfortable with it. I don't know. That I don't know. Trim Reaper, let's see. What was that formation, Coach? A pistol? Not quite a pistol, no. With Demo as quarterback. I won't be surprised if we do see some more of that, Trim, or everybody watching, where we see David Montgomery get some RPO handoffs. We all know Goff's no threat to run with the ball, but David Montgomery maybe get something else in there. They're probably setting something up for the future. I think it's he's calling a good game. Just a little bizarre. Yeah, I would go with you there, and I don't disagree. The Philadelphia front seven is pretty good. I mean, their defense is pretty good. Let's be fair. Why you don't have a more assertive call? Other than maybe you just don't want Goff risking getting hit. Maybe because of the win factors, they're just playing it conservatively. Brady, so much going on. 4th down. I thought Dan was ready until Tate got hurt. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't go for it. I mean, 4th and 6, it's easier than 3rd and 8, I guess. But if you don't get it, you're probably giving points away. Coach Rock, win and gloves, and Goff is so handing off. Well, it could be all the factors, but the wind and gloves on Goff, so handing it off. All right. Let's see. Dre Day, so much going on for, yeah, all right. All caught up there. We should be coming back from commercial pretty quick here, I would think. What's going on with Tate? Hopefully we get an update here. But we are back from commercial. Christian Cologne is now in. Tristan Cologne, 4th and 6. See if we get an update. It looks like the Lions might go for it. The Lions are going for it. Well, I agree with it. You're not kicking in this situation. So maybe that answers why they ran it on 3rd and 8. Let's see what they have here. A punt doesn't do you a whole lot of good unless you're going to directional kick. And it looks like the Lions are just trying to catch them off guard. Try to get them to jump. Shenanigans by the Lions offense does not get the desired effect. Instead, Lions are now going to face a 4th and 11 and probably punt. All right, Jack Fox. He is one of the best ones in the entire National Football League. Let's see what he can come up with here. Lions backing up 5. Fourth and 11 now. Fox awaiting the snap. And there is the snap. Fox catches it. It punts. It's up there. It's out there. He caught it at the 15. Eagles are going to take over now. 1:19 left in the first quarter. It is still 3-0. The Eagles in the lead. Good draw of them offsides. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tried to go for it and see what happens. Eddie's Fish ran on 3rd and 8 to slow the blitz down. That could be accurate. When the gloves are, okay, I'll caught up on that way. All right, we'll see what shakes out here. But Lions, we all get it. Everybody other than Brian Branch is out for the secondary for the most part. The front seven is working well. Sam LaPorta, he's not going to be back anytime soon. And now the Lions' offensive line seems to have potentially have received another injury. Getting back to it, the Lions are on defense. Tight formation, one high. Check that, two high. It's going to be a handoff, opposite side. Aiden Hutchinson sets the edge. They're going to keep Barkley. He's going to stumble forward for about 5 yards. It's actually going to turn it into a fairly decent run. Setting up about a roughly 2nd and 5. They tried to do a reverse move there to try to show the line going one way, give the opposite side edge to the running back. Hutchinson bit on a little bit, but enough to kind of slow down Barkley. Barkley did fall forward, though, like I said, for about roughly 5 yards. All right, let's see what we get here. Another tight formation, 2 tight ends in. Now rotating one of them down to the low side. It's going to be a handoff. He's going to be hit by multiple Lions in the backfield. Captain Jack eventually brings him down after about a 3-yard loss. You can see the play calling is kind of consistent on both sides of the ball as the wind, the cold are all affecting both offenses. 3rd and 8 with 17 seconds before the end of the first quarter. Let me know, guys. How far behind some of you guys am I, or am I ahead with you? Am I on the same page with you? If you guys can, because I'm showing as of right now, that is the end of the first quarter. If you guys can, let me know where I'm syncing with you guys. Because again, when I use the smart box, there normally is a little bit of a delay. I don't have to use it on when I have games receiving on Fox or ABC, but on NBC I do. So Captain Jack with a hit, exclamation points. I'm down. Bo Booth, Captain Jack on the job. He's doing a good job. 2 plays behind. There you go, string. Captain Jack, there you go. You're pretty close, coach. Hey, all right. Some I'm going to be with, some I'm not. Hey, that's pretty typical for the live cast, I guess. All right, Trim Reaver, we are going to get bailed out by our defense. I can smell it. Hey, I like the way you're smelling. Jeffrey, stuffed. He was stuffed like a turkey. Hey, it's about that time of year, right? Bo couldn't draw them offsides. Oh, well, I concur. All right, let's see. About a minute behind. All right. Watching on Peacock, yeah. Watching on Peacock, I am. Yes, but, from this, watching on Peacock, Coach, you are a little behind. Hey, all right, not bad. Trim Reaver, I just got done watching a Carfax commercial. Yeah, I won't see any of the commercials on here, Trim. But yeah, it is what it is. Lionel on a minute ahead with my antenna. Yeah, with the antennas, you guys probably going to be way ahead of me. So it is what it is. I mean, I can try all day to try to readjust it, but we live fairly close to a, what do you want to call it, radio station because of that big tower there. For whatever reason, just from where my NBC affiliate is, it just blocks it out. 2 plays behind. Thank you, Kerry. Trim Reaver, Jimmy Falcon commercial. All right, Fallon, whatever. Some guy named Jimmy's commercial. All right, Lions D, what are you going to do? Can we get it? Can we do something with it? We're going to find out. But we're down 3-0 after the first quarter. So, by the way, in case you guys haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. But I'm assuming probably most of you guys watching this probably have done just that. All right, let's get back to it in a moment here in between stuff. All right, Robert, you're a minute and a half behind me. I paused it to sync up. Hey, thanks for that, Robert. Hey, good thinking there, or good thinking. Collinsworth is insufferable. I know some people do not like him that much at all. All right, I'm going to pull up, let's see, Lions versus Eagles. All right, let's go to the games. That way I can get the stats for you guys. We click on that. How about the game stats? All right. Time of possession, we got a minute and 24 seconds difference. Eagles have had it for 8-12. Lions had it for 6:82. First downs, Lions 4, Eagles 2. Total yards, Lions actually more, 54-44. Passing yards, 36-21. Rushing yards, pretty close, 18-23. Penalties, 1-2. Eagles in the lead there. Total return yards, 14-0. How about that one? I wouldn't have guessed that one. Total plays, 13-16. All right, back at it. And we've got the quarter 2 starting here. Shotgun, 1 high, 2 low. Lions showing blitz. Let's see if they bring it. They drop out of it. They get some pressure, throws it into tight coverage. It is completed. It's going to be, I'm going to say about 4th and 1. Or are they saying incomplete? Sorry, I did not see that. I'm guessing incomplete based on the fact that the yardage hasn't changed. All right. Lions defense, once again. Hey, that's why he's thinking there. Well, I had to rewind the TV to sync up with Coach. There you go. There you go, Coach Rock. All right, 4th and 8. Lions defense holds once again. And here's the punt. It's up there. It's out there. It's away there. And it is punted out of bounds. We're going to say right around the 40-yard line. All right, Lions offense. I guess you could say because of the defense, they are working their way down the field. And if they can do something here, maybe get another long push, potentially get in the scoring range, we'll see what shakes out. Coach Rock, good stop again. I concur. Coach Rock, and yeah, all right, all caught up that way. All right. Most touchdowns before age 24. Gibbs, he's pushing for it, isn't he? 6 behind Barry. If he gets 6 tonight, wouldn't that be something? All right, let's see what the Lions do here. 2 high, 1 low. Tight end is also low with Gibbs in the backfield. Man in motion is Jameson Williams up high. Gibbs is going to get it. He's going to bust his way through for about a 5-yard gain. St. Brown blocking helped out on that one. Jahmyr Gibbs, 130 rushes this year, 698 yards. Well, he's over 700 now. So he's having a pretty good start to the year. All right. We've got 2nd and 4, shotgun formation. 2 high plus the tight end, running back high. Jameson Williams motions. It's going to be another run up the middle. Not a ton of yards. He's going to get about 3. Get half of what he needs, basically. The Eagles defense, we know, is one of the formidable front defenses in the league there. And yes, you get some safety help there. Another 3rd down. Lions had good blocking there. Just unfortunately, more people to block on the defense than they had blockers for. 3rd and 1. Tight formation. 2 high, 1 low. Motion man is Khalif Raymond. They're going to hand it off to Gibbs, who's dropped in the backfield. Dan Skipper in there as the extra lineman. He got bullied into Gibbs, and that's going to set up a roughly 4th and 2 or 3. Does gambling man Dan go for it? I think he's going to. 4th and 1. Oof, if that's 1, I don't know. Under center is Goff. He is going to hand it off to Gibbs. Gibbs going to power forward, and he is going to be denied. The Lions' offensive line couldn't block him, and guys got to him. Gibbs had a steam. Didn't matter. 97 got to him about a half yard before he could get the first down. Well, you asked St. Brown to block a defensive end, and St. Brown did not block that defensive end. Right, rough start for the offense and play calling. Could be all the above. Great day. Wow, I wish they did a play action on 4th down. Yeah, when it doesn't work, we always want something different, right? Lionel, why didn't Demo run that? You'd have to sub them in, which would allow them to sub, give them more time. Let's see, Big Mike, Jack Fox earning some pay tonight. He's got it pretty easy on that last play. Remember, got a ground and pound. We'll see if we can. Right now, it's not looking great on the ground. Let's see, Big Mike trying to step his run game. Okay, all caught up there. Well, Eagles are going to have it just inside the 50-yard line. We'll see if they can, the Lions defense can once again rise to the occasion. Jack, hey, Coach Dan, exclamation point, woo, back at you. Bo, zebra factor, held lines up. They didn't let us snap while the Eagles were disorganized. I would agree they tried to rush it, but, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't think the Lions subbed. If they subbed, you do have to allow the other team to sub, which, again, without knowing the full thing, I don't know. Master off bad move, I would agree in that situation. I'd be playing the field position game, but we all get it. Dan Campbell's aggressive. It's who he is. All right, can the Lions defense keep him out again? We're going to find out here momentarily. Lions players, though, I know they talk about it all the time. They like the fact that Dan Campbell puts the game in their hands. Let's see, Gibbs is not a power back like the coaching staff thinks he is. All right, where is Knuckles? Good question. Coach Rock, that should have been Knuckles' ball. Should have been, but, Dan Campbell did not go that way. So, all right. getting back after this commercial. Run behind Sewell? They did not. They did not indeed. Last week, Dan Campbell's play calling was viewed as groundbreaking. This week, maybe not as much. How quickly the tables can turn in the world of professional wrestling. Somebody once told me. All right, we got LaSalle football. I'm assuming that's high school out there being shown right now. They're throwing the ball around and into the end zone. We got a 3-0 game here, and with a failed fourth down conversion, Eagles might have an opportunity to try to put more on the board. All right, we're getting back to the action momentarily here. 13:02 to go in the second quarter. 3-0 is the score. And the Lions D is back on the field. Eagles taking over at the 48-yard line, their own strong formation, multiple tight ends in, one receiver high and low, one running back behind. And it's going to be play action pass. He's looking downfield. He's taking the deep shot. He's throwing into double coverage, and that ball is overthrown and out of play. They wanted the home run, and it didn't happen. T-Bone, we got this game is making me sleepy. Hey, have yourself a delicious Mountain Dew. Let's see, that usually helps me. Dre Day, the wind makes it hard to kick field goals. I would agree with that. Very hard. They were showing that in the pregame. Good call on that, Dre Day. Let's see, Coach Rock, the weather is killing his play calling. Maybe. Let's see. Peacewood, again, offense needs to show up. Right now, they've been stuck in neutral, haven't they? All right, let's get back to the game. Empty backfield, 3 to the low, 2 to the high. Hurts waiting for the snap. Lions showing man across the board. Captain Jack in a spy. They're going to lop it out there, and it's behind him there. Incomplete pass. He might have had Goddard, but perhaps the wind is a factor there. That I don't know. Defense, more than doing their job, I agree. I agree with that. Let's see. Dre Day, I like the aggressiveness going for fourth down. Keep trying. All right. Easy E, a field goal at most here. That would be great if they could keep them to that. At most. It is 3rd and 10. I do wonder if the Eagles, if they will set something up here, a run or whatever, just to try to make it 4th and short and try to go for it. No matter that, though, the Lions showing man, Eagles in shotgun, 2 low, 1 high. Hurts got time. He's looking to the left side the entire time, and it is incomplete. Smith had an opportunity to grab it, but unfortunately, the pass went away. Well, for the Lions, I'm saying fortunately. But, hey, Eagles' offense has been non-existent other than off the tip pass interception. Robertson in sticky coverage. The pass was there, but just off the fingertips as you're seeing on the screen. All right, Eagles are going to punt this one. 4th and 10. Once again, Lions are going to bring the heat on the punt here. They're showing punt block formation. Waiting for the snap. Here it comes. It's up there. It's out there. It's going to be fair caught at the 20 on a dive by Khalif Raymond, the 20 to 21-yard line. There is a flag on the play. It's going to be face mask on the Eagles. Waiting for the official announcement, though. The signal was face mask Eagles. Still no official call. 15-yard penalty will move the ball up the field to the 35, maybe 36-yard line, helping the Lions' offensive cause. Face mask against the Eagles. I like the way you're thinking. Richard, people call these games ugly, but this is football, especially given the weather. And there is a lot of hard hitting here. I will go with that 100%. Gary, we need Rat, though. I haven't seen any updates on him. If you guys have, throw it in the comments section. Jeffrey, this is our break. Let's score. I like it. Coach Rock, that's why he catches punts. Wow. All right. Yeah, well, that ball was moving all around, wasn't it? I agree with you there. Good eyes on him. Face man's yard caught up there. Let's see. A couple of people here. Yep. Mastro, Lions lead, not disappointing so far. No, they've risen to the occasion. Gary, What can't Branch do? Man, ain't much, man. All right, you see the first 4 possessions, 12 yards on an interception, minus 6 yards on a punt, 48 yards punt, and 9 yards and on downs. All right, shotgun formation, 2 high, 1 low, 1 running back high, man in motion. It's going to be a handoff. He shakes, he bakes, and Montgomery gets forward for about 3 to 4 yards. Both teams struggling on offense, to say the least. The wind, the elements, the conditions causing some issues. And you could see some blocking miscues from the Lions' offensive line. Here's what it is, though. You got to play through it, as they would say. All right, another shotgun formation for Goff and the Lions' offense. It is 2nd and 6. Goff takes the snap. Quick outs to Brock Wright, who's going to get about 3 yards. That's going to set up about a 3rd and 3. The Lions, as Hank Strand would say, are going to have to matriculate their way down the field. Bo, Tesla gets involved, maybe. Was that Tesla? No, it was Brock Wright that caught it. All right, we need more cowbell. You might be right about that. All right, let's get back to it. 3rd and 2. And I would say it's a short 2. Probably also Goff looking over things, checking, shotgun, too high, too low. Goff under some pressure. He's looking. He's got time. He throws, and off the hands of St. Brown, who drops the ball. Was thrown a little behind St. Brown, and unfortunately, it'll be 4th and 2 again for the Lions, and I'm assuming the Lions are going to punt this one away. Goff had him. St. Brown in. Just the quarterback and receiver just on the slightly different pages there, and you're seeing that from both offenses here tonight. Whether it's the win, it's a direct snap punt, and it goes nowhere for the Lions. Lions rolling all the dice here, and they got kiboshed on that 4th and 2 attempt. Eagles apparently knew the play ahead of time, and once again, the Lions defense is going to have to stand up here. No more big onions, Dan. Unfortunately, you're getting more of that. They have Hutchinson figured out for sure. All right, we'll find out. Lionel, not so tricky plays out there tonight. Yes, these plays are not working as well as in the past. Lions try to go for it instead of playing field position. I get it, man. It is what it is. Eagles, once again, are going to have the ball in fabulous position here after this commercial break. I'd rather they just run a regular 4th down play if they're going to go for it. I agree, man. I agree. But, Dan Campbell, right now, he's living up to the name. And right now, I'd say he's coming to Paul Snake Eyes. Yes, I go with that. Flathead Frank did that play work in practice. Obviously during his 5 years here, we've seen him do it before and it's worked. But that play, the Eagles weren't worried about it at all. All right, Coach Rock, just punt on a night like tonight, maybe. Bill, take it from here. Well, we might have to. All right, the Lions, Dan Campbell, he's having a lot of faith in the defense, I guess is the polite way to put it. As for the 2nd straight series, he's put the defense all the pressure in the world on them because they are, again, going to face a short field here. And, let's see what happens, man. All right, I'm going to text the Sarge on that one. Yes, indeed. Well, when they work, you're a genius as a coach. When they don't, not so much. All right, bird time. Let's run a fake up the middle when they stopped it all night. Moron. Hey, let's fire Dan Campbell. Let's do it. Let's all fire him. Let's see. Michigan man. Hope they would try to run it on 3rd and 2 and 4th if they need to be, since Knuckles was in there. All right. And I get it. Nobody likes the play calling right now, and it is what it is. All right. That pass to St. Brown was all feel, so take the gloves off. Maybe. Coach, I'm just going to say this. I disagree with you. If that's what the quarterback feels is best for him to complete passes, go with it. I mean, I can tell you this. I don't care if you wear, tinfoil hats when you play. Can you make passes? Can you do it or not? I mean, I don't really care about the gloves, but I get some do. Berg time. Never said fire him. Hey, man, Berg, I'm just going to say this. You can chew things out and have opinion. I can have opinion. I didn't say fire him, but hey, 1 week you think he's great, the next you think he's terrible. Make up your mind. Get in your feelings, man. If you're going to come in here and say stuff, then understand I'm going to say stuff too, man. And if that bothers you, I don't know what to tell you, man. Coach Rock, it's 40 out there. I'd play in a shirt. Yeah, T-shirt. There you go. Not you, Dan Campbell. It happens, man. Let's see. Bill, no fire anyone. Just play better. I'll go with that. I never said he's horrible. I never said you said he was horrible. So maybe just a moment of pause. Take a deep breath, man. So what do you mean, chill Dan? I think he means Dan Campbell. All right. 2nd and 2, getting back to the game. And it's going to be a Eagles first down as they are pushing the ball down the field.
I miss John Morton. String theory. Getting a little funny. Who are you talking to, Burger Time? I mean, man, relax, man. I don't know if you're just in a bad mood today, but it's all right, man. Whatever it is, just, take a deep breath. Say it again. I don't think Jared Goff has heard you yet. I'll go with that, man. I'll go with that.
All right, get back to the game. It is 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Shotgun formation. Too high plus a tight end. Man in motion to the low side. And there's a pass. It is tipped and unfortunately not intercepted. Had an opportunity there, but he would have had some real deep cleats to reverse that trend. But hey, Lions defense tips the pass there.
You down, Coach. Hey, sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. Kill shot. People seem to forget we are playing the defending champs. Nothing is going to come easy in this game. I agree with that. Trim Reaper is laughing. String theory. I missed John Murray. All right, all caught up.
All right, here we go. Back at it now. Hurts in the shotgun. 2 to the low side plus a tight end. Motion man to the high side. Lions in man. And they're going to do a quick out screen pass that, Robertson is going to diagnose beautifully. And this Detroit Lions defense is playing phenomenally. And they're going to force about a 3-yard loss on that one.
All right, I'm just saying I don't like it. Yeah, I get it, man. Totally. I get it. Throwing a hand, it's not 5 degrees out there, and it's not swing. Yeah, I get it, man. Kneecap time. I'll go with that, Diamond. All right, I'll go with that indeed. All right. Getting back at it now. Hey, we're a fired-up fan base, aren't we? Fired up. All right, empty backfield. 3 to the high side, 2 to the low side, Lions and man backing off a little bit on 3rd and 11. It's a designed quarterback run. That's going to get a lot of the way there. And he's going to get a first down. Unfortunately for the Lions, the design quarterback keep was well done. Was he down? I didn't actually see it, so I can't say. Let's see. Rolls. He's not down. Oh, he is down. He is down. He is down. Still a first down, but they're going to move him back just a little bit more. The Shep Flex defense on 3rd and 11 on a night when everything's difficult did not come up good there. Gain of 12 yards, they're saying. All right. Getting back to the game here. Let's see if the Lions defense can get another stop. Eagles now in field goal range. Yeah, I would think even on a winning night like tonight. Shotgun formation, 1 high, 2 low. Handoff. Goes inside and maybe powers forward for about 2 yards. Woo! Thor time. Let's hope so.
Let's hope so, my friend. All right. The Sarge, I guess would be the polite way to say, is less than happy with some of the 4th down play calls.
It is what it is.
All right, 2nd and 7. Let's see what the Lions D can do here. Trips to the high side. Motion man into the backfield. Now dual backs in the backfield. One to the low side. It's going to swing him out, and Thor brings him on down for a big loss there. That's going to be about a 9-yard loss, I believe.
Somebody can check that for me and let me know. AA is huge.
Indeed. Alex Anzalone drops the hammer
On the screen pass. Riley, need a stop here. That would be great, wouldn't it? Drew, these guys are professional athletes. Best of the athletes. Us fans are not professional athletes. With that being said, I don't know what to wear and what not to. So get over the gloves. Yeah, I mean,
if he feels he plays better with the glove, I'm going to let him wear the glove. But I get it, man. Some don't like it. All right, 2 to the low side, 1 to the high side. Shotgun formation. There's the snap. Kevin with the Lions make another stop. Unfortunately, they're going to bring him down. Going to keep him from a first down, but they're going to move the ball significantly to set up that field goal. Are they going to go for it? Are they going to roll the dice? It looks like they're going to do it. 4th and about 5, I believe. Let's see if the Lions can hold them again. Shotgun formation for the Eagles. 2 low, 1 high. And maybe a lot of people pointing. No flags as of yet. And now we get a timeout, Philadelphia.
maybe just trying to draw them offside.
The Lions did want a false start on the Eagles.
They did not get it on the Eagles. It is what it is, though. Brief timeout on this one.
Oh, well. Philadelphia lining up for the field goal. 34 yards. Lions defense did a lot of good on this drive, but they were asked to handle another short field. The kick is up, and it is good. 6-0.
In a game that's going to be a tough one. Lions are down by 6. Couple of field goals for the Eagles. All right, Dan's fourth down tries look eerily like Morton plays. Could be. Remember, Lions need to run it down their throats. I think they're trying, man. They're trying. Yeah, all right. So, all righty.
All right, we're going to do a commercial real quick. So, see what shakes out here. All right. Just looking through some stuff here. Real quick during commercial. All right.
Should be back here momentarily. Let's get to you guys here. Let's see, Justin, what do you got? This offense needs to start making plays. Ifs. Stop running gives up the center. Give Monty more up the center. Stop giving the offense short fields. I agree with the short fields part. Very okay. So we can all will our team for a score. Let's do that. Let's will them into the end zone. That would be great. Terminator, way to hold them off decaf. There, go with that. Dre Day only down 6. Still a good chance to take over. Yep, just got to score a touchdown here. Dan's fourth down. Yeah, okay, got you there. Caught up that way. Bo Booth, the wind died for a moment and the field goal was good. How about that, man? Home field cooking. I would take Dan Campbell himself at whatever age he's at now over St. Brown on blocking that end. Someone should have changed the play. Unfortunately, that's what they asked him to do. Let's see, remember, Lions are about to score. Dano Thomas told me so. Ooh, talk about the hot dog. Hold on here. We might have some, maybe some breaking news if I can find that right marker here. How about here we go. And there's your breaking news. All right, Bill, it's not looking that bad. Just one tutty. Yeah, just got to get that tutty, though.
The Lions offense is going to have to deliver here. All right.
All right, breaking news indeed. Lux. All right. All right, getting back at it. Let's see. We got pictures of some. Oh, Loyola. Whatever I'm trying to say. Saquon plus Cooper. Let's see. Doing some dunking are the Eagles players. All right. Eagles kicker calling out something there. He's going to need someone to hold the ball. Probably because of the wind. Time for meeks. Time for something on offense. Right now, the Lions' offense has been very limited. All right, getting back at it. Cleve Raymond finally shows some life there and gets the ball up. Hey, Lions, they got just under 6 minutes to go until halftime. First half, man, let's be honest. Neither team has done much offensively. The Lions probably have done more to help out the Eagles' offense than anything else. So I get your guys' comments about this, that, and the other thing. I'm just trying to offer some counter thoughts? I don't know. All right. Well, anyways, back at it. Tight formation, one high, one low. Actually, check that, two low now. Receivers now too high as the man in motion. Lions going to play action pass. Goff's going to throw it, and woof. The wind caught that one in the air. Either that or something invisible just batted it down. Did Jordan Davis get his hands on it again? And maybe he did. What we can say is the wind and apparently Jordan Davis are making it difficult to pass. Tight end, says Justin. Will, says Jeffrey. Yes, let's will him down there. Going to have to do something here. All right, Ratledge is back in for those who want to know on the offensive line. I just seen him out there. Two to the high side. St. Brown in motion down. Another play action pass. Another shot down the field, and it's St. Brown to the 50, the 45, the 40, and out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Lions offense comes through on that one. Bill says yes. Hookadoo, beep, beep. Hookadoo, J-Mo TD, that'd be great. The Waymo, J-Mo, baby, I'll take that. Was it there? Oh, St. Brown. All right. Sometimes I get things messed up here. Jeffrey, Will, keep on willing, my friend. The sun god, St. Brown. I like the way you're thinking. All right, Lions offense showing some life as they've crossed to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10. 2 to the low, 1 to the high. And the play action pass again. Another shot down the field again. Jamison Williams to the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. And just like that, woo! The Trim Reaper says, yes, Daniel Diamond strikes again. Teddy, hey, a few of you guys called it out too. Let's see, J-Mo Speed Demon, 100% there. Goff wills his way to a completed pass in the wind, and Jameson Williams wills his way to a catch, and he says, I'm simply faster than whoever you're going to put on me, especially if you're in man-to-man coverage. Jameson Williams goes Spider-Man on the golf post, on the goal post. I don't know what he's doing there. Whatever it is, he's falling down with a touchdown. Yeah. My bad, he says. Jameson Williams, whoop. Jeffrey, that's the second time this season J-Mo's got a goal post fetish. Yeah, let's see what they can do here. Let's see what they can do on the extra point. Close game, says Broski. I concur. All right, Bates. Here's the snap, the kick, and it's no good. Coach Rock says, grow up. Yeah, you can't have stuff like that happen, man. Can't have stuff like that. Says Bill. I would agree. Miss, yes. Yes, that miss is on J-Mo. I would agree. Andre, act like you scored a TD. Good grief. Not really sure what he's thinking there. But, yeah, I don't know. But, hey, here's what I can say. 2 minutes ago, if we would have said, hey, it'd be tied at halftime, we'd probably all take it. But you can't beat yourself either. Team Michigan, man, I agree. J-Mo needs to quit with this celebrations. That's just something in the way their injury and it cost us the team. Yes. I mean, there's a lot of wind out there, and 1 point could decide the game, and obviously that doesn't help. Medic footballs and gold posts and gloves, I'll take that. He got a no fun league. Might be true. Dang, J-Mo cost us a point. Yes, he did. But he also scored a 6. So there's that, I guess. Trim Reaper, back in my day, kickers never missed this much. It is a foul wind out there. Justin, J-Mo needs to grow up a wee bit and just scores and then does stuff to, I'll go with that. Not a great move by him. We'll rephrase it that way. Both. Why is that a penalty though? That I don't know. But obviously it is. We'll take a takeaway. Will on the takeaway indeed. Let's make it happen. All right, he's got a return up to about the 36-yard line. And now we got people pushing each other from both respective teams. All right, the trimmer, easy now, Chase. This is a family. Yes, agree with that. Try to watch the language again. Justin, I'm so tired of his stuff at this point. Yep, okay. Let's see, Drede, you can't celebrate with a goal post. That's a known rule since people were dunking on it. All right. Megatron did dunk on it. Oh, Justin, he did just score a touchdown. He did indeed. Jameson Williams is becoming a factor as wide receiver, and hopefully he just learns from these golden opportunities. All you can say is, hey, I hope he moves on from it. All right, getting back to the game. There is the snap and the pass. It is completed, but he comes back after a first down grab. I think it's going to be about 2nd and 1. Under 5 minutes to go until halftime. Let's hope the point does not come back to haunt the Lions. If it does, Jameson Williams is going to be hearing a whole lot of stuff about that for a while. All right, getting back to it. It is shotgun formation, 2nd and 1, 2 to the high side, running back to the high side as well. 2 tight ends to the low side. Dropping back is Hurst. Hurst under a little bit of pressure. He's going to throw for the first down, but Brian Branch is going to bring him down. First down all the same. About a completion of about 5 yards. Brian Branch, yes, he does have the mouthpiece back in the helmet, for those wanting to know. All right, Justin is making a face. I'm not sure. Don't know on that one. All right. Strong formation to the low side. One running back behind it. It's going to be a handoff on an RPO style, but he's going to push and pull his way forward for about a 4-yard gain. It is 6-6 with under 4 minutes to go. And the Eagles are moving the ball now. And my screen just froze. How about that? All right, just unfroze too. So that's a plus. All right. See what they do here on the next play. As soon as we get out of the replay, I'll give you the formation. Shotgun formation. They're across the 50 now, as I'm sure you already knew. 2 to the low side. Hurst takes the snap. He's going to throw to the right sideline. It's a comeback route and another first down. All of a sudden, the Eagles' offense has come to life after the Lions tied the game. Gotta get a stop here. Any way possible. 1st and 10, another handoff. It's a fumble, though, and they are able to recover it. Barkley falls on it before Campbell touches him down. A flag like that changes the momentum, too. It could be. Jeffrey almost got it, Will. Let's hope so. Easy. Trim Reaper, Wings got the W 2-1. Good to know. Trim Reaper, you're so wise. You're like a miniature Buddha covered in hair. I'll take that anytime. All right, getting back to the game. Barkley saying, you see what happened here is Detroit does get the ball to start the second half. Keep that in mind. 40-yard line for the Eagles on 2nd and 13. It is going to be a handoff again. They gave up the edge, and the Eagles are going to get the first down. 18 yards on 2nd and 13. Lions over pursued, followed the flow,
And again, just sort of like with Minnesota, the reverse edge was wide open. 2-minute warning is now in play. 6-6.
Mastoff, if the Eagles just keep running the ball, hope they can figure out how to shut that down. I hope they can too, my friend. We need Barry Sanders to come to practice and teach touchdown celebrations, or lack thereof, maybe. Ian, Raymond with the winner. Let's hope so. The Tremor, sweet! Exclamation point. Go Red Wings. Woo! I take that. All right, we're into commercials. Let's see what we get here. And hold on, I've got the message here. Okay. All right, back at it, and then we've got a message from the Sarge. All right. All right, let's see. Donovan, what do you got? Come on, defense, hold them. Exclamation point. I like the way you're thinking. Even if you hold them to do a field goal, do you get the ball at the half? Hey, both, I don't know if the wind just died in this game or whatever, but both offenses throwing the ball around pretty nice right now. Really hope the D can hold them to another field goal attempt. That would be ideal, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it indeed? All right, let's see. I'm checking out stuff for you. All right, let's check on the total yards. Now, remember, at halftime, I take a little bit of a break. I don't know if Riley's going to be back. He may be, may not be. As far as time possession, Eagles are basically have, we'll say, a 6-minute time possession. First downs, they've got one more than us. Yards, Lions are leading by about 30. Passing yards, it's all Detroit, 114-44. Rushing yards, 31-71. So Eagles in the lead. Penalties, 3 for the Eagles, 2 for Detroit. Total return yards, surprisingly, 35-23 Detroit. Total plays, 24-34. Eagles are starting them out. Yards per play, 6 for Detroit, 3.6 for the Eagles. 1 turnover Detroit, none as of yet for Philadelphia. All right, Trum Reaper. Do we know who's performing at halftime for the Thanksgiving Day game? I don't really pay attention to that too much. But hey, happy pre-birthday to you, my friend. What can we do? I'm about a full minute ahead, so I'm going to blow out no spoilers. All right. No bow out, no spoilers. All right. We'll see you later. Bill Carr, it's time for a turnover. Exclamation point. Not that kind you eat. All right. Well, let's not eat that turnover either there, Bill. All right. Let's see what we do here coming back from the commercials. All right. Eagles are at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10. 2 to the high side. Shotgun with 2 tight ends to the low side. 1 running back to the low side as well. Man in motion coming to the low side. It's going to be an RPO handoff. And once again, man, the Lions are just over pursuing. I'm going to say it's Aiden Hutchinson. He is not setting edge. Like against the Eagles, I will point out, the Hutchster is letting people run wild on the backside. Jack White is playing halftime show thing. Okay, thank you. Jack Black. All right, man, we got a couple Jacks. How about that? What up, Hookadoo? 1:34 to go and ticking. 2nd and 3. They've now switched Hutchinson to the opposite side of the line. Can the Lions hold them here? Let's see. Under center, tight formation, 1 running back behind. It's going to be a play action pass, zip pass in between multiple people, and completed for a 1st down. All right, there we go. Eagles are now 1st and 5. Harper doesn't take the inside, and Campbell also became stagnant in his footwork. Nice play design by the Eagles, using the play action pass to A.J. Brown. 47 seconds to go until halftime. 1st and goal. Shotgun, 2 high, 2 low. Both are tight ends on the low side. Calling in 1 receiver to block. They're going to hand it off up the middle. He's got it down and into the end zone. Touchdown. Unfortunately, Lions defense seems to have fallen asleep this drive. And the Eagles have a touchdown. All right, I'm going to have to reset my screen. It's apparently freezing up a little bit here. At least if it'll let me reset it. All right, there we go.
All right. Right now, the channel is down for me. So let me go to a secondary. Hold on a second. Trying to fix it on my screen. Good thing this is happening at halftime, basically. All right. Right now, I'm having issues with my screen. Apologies. Although, hopefully, I'm not missing too much at this point in the game. All right. I say. Maybe the wind blew out the connection. Who knows, man? All right, that's not popping there. Let me go back here. No, I don't want that there. You guys may just have to listen to me sing music. Right now, my signal is down. If the channel is down during the game, okay, do not exit the app. All right. Try one other thing. Try to fix it. Sorry about this, guys. Don't worry about it, man. Hey, we've all been there, man. No worries about it whatsoever. Water under the bridge. Mountain Dew under the bridge. Just don't spill my Mountain Dew under the bridge. All right. I'm going to have to look at some other stuff to fix it here. Let me try Peacock. All right. Let's go to Peacock. Let's try Peacock Boston. See if they pick it up. Peacock Philadelphia. All right. Peacock Los Angeles. All right. Well, as of right now, guys, I'm going to head to halftime. I'm going to let Riley take over. I'm going to try to fix this on my end and plus get a little water. But we'll see what shakes out here. Riley, I'm assuming you have the game up?
I do, yes. Yep.
All right.
Make sure my audio's up here. Yeah. So
Well,
it looked like they called it was Saquon was short, but you knew they're so close that even if they don't get it, they'll just line up and go for it, which they just did here with Jalen. So Eagles go up 12-6, PAT pending.
All right. Well, I am right now mine's down, so I've got to try to reload.
Been I can't believe how fast the first half. I was just telling my guy Jack that's over here with me watching the game. It's like, dude, these they just get faster each time, and it's like it feels like he got here 15 minutes ago, and I just blink and it's almost the end of the first half. But the PAT is getting snapped. It's up and right down the middle. So agonizing with extremely excited with JMO getting the touchdown there. But and I don't know, you guys tell me in the comments as well. I made the comment, if this was the Eagles and the Bears, if DJ Moore goes and does that after a touchdown, or if Devonta Smith does it after an Eagles score, I wouldn't have had a thought that, that was excessive. I wouldn't be sitting here thinking there's a flag coming out here, right? So I just I don't really understand what the penalty was there, but need JMO to stop doing things that get a penalty. And in most cases, in an indoor game, that probably wouldn't cost you, but in an outdoor game with 20-mile-an-hour winds, hopefully that point after doesn't end up being the difference at the end of the game.
Well, let's hope not. But right now, my stream is down, but it's more or less halftime. So I'm going to take a break, try to get this rocking and rolling back up.
Okay.
And then, I'll be back on momentarily.
You got it, man. All right, guys. So I'll hold down the fort here for us. And let's see, I'll get your guys' thoughts as well. And so let's see, they're kicking it off right here. So there's 16 seconds left. This is just obviously going to go out to the end zone. So I expect the Lions will just come out here and probably do a quick handoff. And speaking of a handoff, there's been 5 carries for Jahmyr Gibbs for 8 yards and 4 for Montgomery for 14 yards. So you got to imagine that'll swing in the second half. Right now, Gibbs offensively, it's looking like that Minnesota game, which was the fear and the concern here coming into this one tonight. Let's see. Okay, they just need it. So we are going to halftime. So let me pull this up here. get us to halftime stats. Now, here's my observation. That's the frustrating thing in the first half. Jordan Davis has made a lot of good plays. Obviously, he had the ball batted that ends up being a pick for Philadelphia. And then you hold them to 3. So then you just look at it and say, okay, you just imagine that that's where they ended up on their first drive. The Lions are the ones that have had the third and shorts, the third and manageables, and they just haven't capitalized. I don't mind the fake punt, but looking back at it, the Eagles had almost all of their starting defensive guys out there for that. They were ready. Very well coached team, which again is not a shocker. They are the Super Bowl defending champions. Halftime, the Lions actually have more yards, 144 to Philadelphia's 138. Passing yards, you've held Philadelphia to 63. You've gotten 114 out of Goff. Unfortunately, the one that was thrown behind St. Brown, that was tough because I thought it was St. Brown dropped it, but it really was thrown behind him. It touched him in the hand, but it was behind him. 75 yards for the Eagles on the ground, 30 for Detroit. So your average yards per play, the Lions are actually winning 5.5 to 3.5 for Philadelphia. Let's see here. A time of possession. That's what's awesome for Philadelphia, not for us, but 37 plays. They've had 12 more plays. They've held the ball 18 minutes to the Lions 11 so far, or 19 to 11. So you need that to even out, and we need obviously to get some movement from Jahmyr Gibbs here in the second half, and from Montgomery. Let me scroll back up here. What up, Hokey Doo says the Trim Reaper. Iceman says Jack Black. Jesse, yeah, maybe you're talking about my friend Jack. It's Jack Rumsey, but we can go with Jack Black as well. You got Jack White is playing the halftime show Thanksgiving Day. There's another. So there's a few Jacks that are going around. Somebody hit the jackpot. Trim Reaper says, I'm not familiar. That's cool. Collinsworth is drooling all over the Eagles, says Bo Booth. Yeah, that's you do get that with Chris Collinsworth. Dahmen says, how much time's left? So obviously I'm going back to a little bit here, scrolling back. Jeffrey says he was down before the goal line. He was, but again, you knew that Philadelphia more than likely was just there. I think it was a first down or second down there. They were going to be able to get the points there. So I had said if there was 4 minutes left, if you could stop them, and obviously you go get points and then get the ball to start third, and then about 30 seconds later, Eagles touchdown, and it's halftime, it felt like. So Lions Fanatic says, I want to apologize to Dan. Oh, Dan did read that. I'm not sure. I didn't catch that. I was watching the game, but good on you if you said something or something happened. Good on you for being able to own it. And Dan Thornton's as cool as they come. So everyone's welcome and part of the Duke crew here. I think Barkley was down. Let's see. Tush Push coming up, says Mastravi. Jesse Bennett. Yeah, and good call, by the way, because that was exactly what they did. Trim Reaper says, liking and subscribing to Lions Talk Life has drastically improved my sexy time life. See what it could do for yours. Possibly the strongest endorsement that one can possibly give of a show. Trim Reaper says, what up, Riley? What up, man? Next man up, coach from Big Mike. Pierce Sargent, MDI. Dahmen says, what time is left in the first half? I think I got through that one. Let's see. Easy E, better than being down 13-0 at halftime for sure. You guys tell me, are you nervous? How do you feel like this is going? I feel like something's got to start going right for the Lions offensively. You did have the drive there, but we always talk about it. If you're getting the ball to start the third quarter, anything but a 3 and out, and ideally you go get points. It's still what I was saying pregame. I still want to see that come to fruition. 8 yards for Gibbs on 5 carries is not going to be good enough. I'm not breaking any news there, but that's it needs to be better for that if the Lions are going to win this game. But yeah, given what's happened, you haven't had success on the third down. We hoped we had gotten away from that last week, but that's back today. And then I love the idea again for the fake punt, but unfortunately Philadelphia was ready for that. So if the Lions can even out the time of possession here, I feel like they still are in a pretty good spot. I suppose if you said Philly's up 7 at halftime pregame, you probably would have taken that. Rocky says JMO can turn a good play into losing momentum play. So hopefully he has another play in him and hands the ball to the ref. I was saying kind of the same thing. Again, I don't know. I wasn't aware, again, if it wasn't a Lions game and a player went and did whatever JMO did to the goal stand there. I just didn't know that was a rule that was automatically going to get you a flag thrown, but evidently it did. But you just can't do it. I like what you said there, Rocky. Just hand the ball to the ref, man. Act like you've done it before, because you have. It was a great play. you can celebrate, but just let's not leave any room for doubt. Just hand the ball. Just hand the ball to the ref and high five some teammates and let's keep it moving. Jesse Bennett says Campbell said he likes where we're going. It's probably just him being positive. I didn't hear. I put it on mute, but I imagine that's obviously what he said going into halftime here. So there's some. You got to imagine that you're going to have more success offensively in the second half. Now, again, you have outgained Philadelphia yardage-wise. If I said that before the game, you would think that Gibbs would have more than 8 yards on just 5 carries. And then I also said pregame with Coach Dan, 14. You need some more from Montgomery. You need him to be able to control and keep time of possession. That's why I was saying that it's got to have David Montgomery equals time of possession. Millicent Fisher says it's all good. Offense is finding its rhythm. I like the positivity. Great Lakes State guy, Michigan, have to score this opening drive. They're figuring out our run defense. So I'm with you there, man. This is a time where whatever you've got, you script it, however you're going to do it. You come out in the third quarter and go get a touchdown, because at the end of this game, if this just continues how it has been, I don't want to say, man, the defense just hung, got you stop after stop after stop. And then it was just too little, too late. The defense has given you, they've stopped them. They've given you opportunities. So offense, yeah, you're outgaining them on the total yardage, but specifically on the ground game, this is where you got to swing it back into our favor. Egan says, it's anybody's game and we're one play from tying it up. Dahmen, we could have been down by a lot. The Lions are going to come out after them now. They're getting comfortable in Philly. I like it. String Theory, not nervous. This is a good game. Jeff Bugner says, I agree. They'll figure it out. Millicent, you are spot on with this. More Monty and feed JMO. Those were my two guys before the game. They've given Montgomery the carries. And I'll say this. I expect more than 4 carries for Montgomery in the second half. I expect more than 5 for Gibbs, but you've got to sustain your drives on third down, because that's obviously how you get you snap the ball more. Bo Blue says, I can get 100 yards. Bridge anywhere, baby. Lauren Vander Esch. What happened to Coach? He is just taking a halftime break. If you don't know who I am, I'm Riley O'Brien, longtime Lions fan. Happy to be part of Lions Talk Live. So I either join Dan sometimes for during the week, during the show, or I will be on doing a post or pre-half and post with him if I'm not here for the full game. So nice to meet you if this is your first introduction to me. Dre Day says, I agree. Great Lakes, he has a repeat offender on penalties after scoring. Again, just don't leave any room for doubt, man. Just hand the ball to the ref and just keep it going. Egan, another guy I had before the game was Hutchinson. He's due for a big play. Didn't really stand out a ton in the first half. I think he gave up the edge on one of the plays there. So need that to switch. If somebody can get a pick, that would be awesome. But if Hutchinson can get a sack, that would be the next best thing in my opinion there. Obviously other than, fumble or just straight turnover, but Hutchinson, come out, make a play, get your name read off. Kerry says, I am sure Dan will have some stuff to say in the locker room. It isn't like any team has took control for sure. Pierce Sargent, Dan might need to calm down a little bit on fourth. It's an interesting thought. It's hard to kind of change who you are. If you practice all week, you say, hey, we're going to go for it on fourth. And especially the Eagles, we know that they're going to do it as well, but that wind out there is crazy. If it's 4th and 5, that's where I thought in that one when they ended up trying to get him to draw off sides and then just punted the ball. That was a situation where I thought, man, I guess I don't know if you gain a lot if you punt here, but it's too far for a field goal that was windy. And then that proved to be correct with the what am I saying? The PAT that Jake Bates ended up missing. Jeffrey Butler says, I thought they would get Tesla involved more. That's something that we've heard is going to be part of the game plan. And that just hasn't happened yet. We haven't seen him. We've seen him on the field, but where are his targets and receptions? Trim Reaper, how you doing, Terry Pierce? We know you, says Kelly Smith. Thank you, Kelly. And Broski Bears in here. Good win for your Bears earlier. You guys are at the top of the division, and I'm sure you're here rooting for Philadelphia, so that is true for more than just a couple more hours. And then let's see, Joseph C. I don't understand why he was saying all 3 timeouts, saving all 3 teams. I thought that too. When A.J. Brown caught that, you could have saved about 30 seconds and possibly had time yourself to go score. Kind of weird that they were just content to let it go. I thought they would have called a timeout there. Trim Reaper says, oh, hell yeah, Pierce Sargent trim little MDI so far. I'm not sure what that means, but that's just probably a lack of my knowing what's going on. But Coach Dan, welcome back.
Hey, thank you, man.
Your stream.
It looks like it's back up, but I've got it on two things. I got it on my phone now, and right now on my phone, at least they're showing halftime highlights and stuff. Oh, can you see the game, Riley?
We're at a commercial, at least on my end.
Yeah, mine. And so on one, I see, I've got the local NBC 10 Philadelphia up on air, and they're showing some stuff for their local news. On my phone, I've got the people in Philadelphia pointing at stuff and, some sort of commercial for halftime stuff. Here's what it is. So I've got two different things. I don't know which one's faster than the other one right now.
Whatever source your stream is coming on, let's just hope that on that stream, the Lions come out here and have a very strong drive, because it's just felt like the defense is giving them opportunity after opportunity. And a couple people in the Duke crew were saying here over halftime, no team is really taking control. Ironically, the Lions have more yards than the Eagles, but it's just been that botched fourth fake attempt there. Philly was ready for it. But again, if I always say, if you just told me before the game, hey, the Lions have more yards at halftime, and say, okay, I feel pretty good about it. It's a one possession game, but we need to convert on third down and have these longer drives, because right now a combined 9 carries between Gibbs and Montgomery. I think both those guys need to have 9 carries in the second half, but you have to convert on third down for that to happen. So
let me ask you, if the Lions lose by 1 point, how's the fan base feeling about J-Mo?
That's the problem, man. That's obviously right where my mind went there. And again, I was saying, I don't know if an Eagles player did that exact celebration, I wouldn't have had the thought, why did they not throw the flag there? I don't understand it, but it is what it is. So they called it. So I can be upset that, that's a bad call. They called it. And J-Mo, you didn't have to do it. Nobody forced you to do it. You could celebrate. It's an emotional game, but just hand the ball to the ref. Somebody said that, and I agree with that. Hand the ball to the ref and celebrate, dap up your teammates, because I feel confident that Bates would have made that field goal if it was from 33, not from 48.
Probably. But it is what it is. It's in the past now, so all you can do is move forward, and that's some coach talk. But
exactly.
Well, we get the ball to start the second half. Now we got to go down and tie it up. We do that.
Yeah, you've held Philly to a couple of field goals where they normally are very aggressive as well. I've got a lot of respect for their coach. Again, they are the defending champions, and so you give them credit and the respect that we would want the Lions to have if they were defending champions. But the fact that you held them to 2 field goals, now they were 6 points between those two. So even though you missed a PAT, you're still down 7. So you just look at it and say, hey, just imagine that we got 2 field goals, they got the touchdown, that we're only down a touchdown. But yeah, you're exactly right. If the Lions lose by 1, that'll be a play that will stick out from the season. But hopefully right now, the good thing is they have an opportunity to go out and still control that, go win the game.
Well, we should be coming out of halftime. I've got, at least on my phone, I've got one thing. On my on the TV, I don't have another thing. I've got talk shows or whatever going on. So
yeah, somebody made a comment too in the Duke crew that there wasn't a ton from Hutch that first half. They actually just showed a graphic. He had 1 pressure the entire first half, and I think I couldn't catch the full stat in time, but it was certainly one of, if not the lowest of his career and a half. So whoever made that comment, going back to you, you're spot on with that. Hutchinson has to step up and make a big play here in this half.
Well, my stream on my box is apparently still messed up, but I've got my phone up and running. I've got the Philly coach being interviewed right now. The Lions are going to get a 35-yard. Nick Sirianni talking about whatever. But to your guys' point about Hutchinson, I think against the Minnesota Vikings, I talked about it during that live cast, and I know a bunch of you guys did as well. Hutch is over-pursuing from the weak side anytime the run goes opposite him, and he's given up some reverses big time. He's given up that opposite edge, and he got hit with it a couple times this time. All right, we got golf in the shotgun. I'm going to have to do this off my phone here. It is what it is. Too high, too low. He's going to swing it out to Gibbs. Gibbs has got it. Good thing I've got some some eyes still because my phone's not the biggest. Got to get a first down for the Detroit Lions to start things off here. First down to the Philly, 48-ish. A turnaround defense would be terribly helpful. I would agree with that. All right, let's just start with this, though. We got the ball. Let's go and do something with it. All right. Under center, strong formation, 2 high, 1 back behind. He's going to play action pass. He's looking, drops it off to Gibbs. Hey, we figured something out here. Gibbs has got it. He's going to, depending on where they mark it, might have another first down. It does look like a Detroit Lions first down.
So, Coach Dan, evidently last week, Dan Campbell told JMO, we're dedicating this opening drive of the third quarter to you. Maybe he must have said that to Jameer here at halftime because back-to-back, that's good. Get it to him as often as possible.
Me, throw it to whoever's open. I don't make it tough. But he has been open. All right, shotgun, 2 low, 1 high. Tight end low and running back low side. Philly showing zone coverage. Goff making an adjustment. Brock Wright motioning up. They're going to hand it off this time to Gibbs. Gibbs tries to get outside and maybe falls forward for a yard. Ain't much for him.
Sure, there was angst when Ratledge went down early in the first half. Good to see him back out there.
All right. And again, sorry about the issues, guys. Like I said, I'm having to do this off my phone now because the main feed is down for me on the TV. So reading it as best I can off TV. Shotgun. It is 2nd and 9. 2 low, 2 high if you count the tight end. Running back to the high side as well. Man in motion to the low side. Zone coverage again from the Eagles. Goff checks it off out under on a short route, but Brock Wright kind of dances a little bit for about 3 yards. That's going to set up a 3rd and about 6. Wind, they are saying, is picking up more. Does Dan Campbell, Riley, go for it here on 3rd down, 3rd and 5, just to try to set up maybe, if they can't get a first down, they just try to get like 4th and short.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, because again, I don't know which direction this wind's going, but in case he throws to St. Brown and it's tipped, and it looks like he's sending in a play. So no field goal.
Gibbs on a check route. Goff throws it to St. Brown, and the wind did factor in, they're saying, as Goff and Brown cannot connect on what would have been an easy first down for the Lions. It's going to be 4th and 5, and I'm guessing Dan Campbell's already going to the playbook here. Not going to rely on the kicking. The delayed blitz came up the middle, vacated the space the Lions went to. Multiple receivers ran there. Goff did take a pretty good hit there. Right off St. Brown's fingertips. Don't see that often. Have seen it this year. 4th and 5. Shotgun 2 high, 1 low, one running back to the low side as well. There's the snap. He drops back. He's looking. He deals it. And again, off the hands of the receiver, Jameson Williams had it in the hands. Dropped it.
That was low. It seemed to almost get him in the shins. That's tough. That's brutal because, I don't know what the field goal would have looked like there. Had to be. That's tough. Tough opening drive. Coach, I'll be back with you at the conclusion of the game. Rip a post game with you.
We'll see you then. The Wind carried that ball, maybe just a bit. Wind, I can't believe J-Mo missed that catch as well. That was a low catch, especially when you see it on the replay. But your NFL, I mean, most receivers do catch that. But back-to-back drops by Lions receivers. J-Mo should have caught that. I agree. Same with St. Brown. J.W. Wow. Trimmer or DDI could be responsible for it. Breeze 9, the offensive line is not holding it down right now. Goff can't take pressure. He's getting some pressure, and pressure affects all quarterbacks, as we know. Lions defense, though, are going to have to probably right the ship a little bit here. I would say Trim MDI. All right. Whatever it is. And again, apologies, guys. I'm having network issues, apparently left, right, and center. As the main feed on the TV's down. I can't get it on the digital ears. I'll keep trying to reload this one and see if I can pop it up. I'm assuming I'm probably behind you guys significantly by watching it on the phone. At least that's usually what I find out in the past. All right. And I got good news, though. At least on my screen. Well, the phone must be way ahead because on my screen, the TV, Jameis Williams just dropped that 4th down pass. So I'm going to stick with the phone then. You guys let me know. Is the phone ahead of the TV? I'm going to assume yes, as the pass to Jameis Williams just went off his hands. You're actually up to speed with me. Hey, I'm trying to catch up to you, Dre Day. Bo, it's up to Shep now. I agree. Bill, having problems with catching the ball. They are. Well, J-Mo is more involved. This is true. Big Mike, why? Why not, man? Why not? All right, I'll call up there. The phone is ahead of the TV. Yes, it is. It's crazy, ain't it? So I'll just do with that. I'll stick with the phone. Just, guys, be kind here because, again, it's my phone. It's not the biggest screen. Maybe during an extended, I don't know, pause or something, I can try to get it on a tablet. Try to help out a little bit more here. Coach, your phone is right up to me with mine. Okay. Will a takeaway? Oh, we got to will it indeed. Gary, how many missed passes have you counted this game? For the Lions, I'll say 4. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's right. All right, getting back to the game here. Philly with the lead and now the ball in the second half. More or less shotgun formation, 3 to the low side. They're going to hand the ball off. He's got a hole. He's going to be brought down after about a 4-yard gain. That was bring up a 2nd and about 6. Again, I'm going to try to see if I can get it on the tablet, make it a little bit bigger here. All right. Philly, again, 2nd and 6. Shotgun formation too high. Tight end low with a running back. Man-to-man defense out of the Lions. There's the snap, handoff. Pull up the middle for Barkley. He's powering his way, and it's going to set up about a 3rd and 1. Roughly. All right. I'll have to mess with this during a commercial. Try to get something a little bit bigger. Hopefully I'm not doing too bad. But the Lions have got to get the defense to stand up. They started the game great. The last drive before halftime, not so great. St. Brown has missed 4. How about that? How many St. Brown drops in this game so far? Here comes the tush push on 3rd and 1. And did somebody jump? We've got flags down and a false start on Philly. And the entire NFL cheers on this one. You don't have to be a Lions fan to cheer for this one. As we've seen from multiple different games, multiple different angles, the Philadelphia Eagles, they do tend to jump early on this. Let's see, 56, and he does rock. He did rock. Yeah, he did touch Williams' hands. Let's see what the officials have to say about it. The official in the booth. Well, the officials might have got that wrong, but you know what? I think the entire NFL is rejoicing because they have missed so many on that one. Shotgun formation now, 3 low, 1 high. Here's the snap. Hurts drops back. He's looking. He's got time. He's got a lot of time. He throws it deep down the field and incomplete. Lions defense and Alex Anzalone once again steps on up. Crybaby Steen, maybe Big Mike. Lionel, he was trying to tell Tyleek to get his hand back. Maybe accurate. Anzalone having a great game. He is indeed, with some exclamation points. Hurts had all the time in the world, threw it, and you know what? Probably should have been not the easiest catch, but hit the receiver in the breadbasket, and the Lions have once again risen to the occasion. Big Mike says, Thor, indeed. Damon, sunshine with the play. I'll take that. Eagles looking to punt here. Lions looking to get the ball here. And a delay a game on the Eagles. If we can take about 20 more of those, I really like the Lions' chances here. (13-6). Lions down by 7, but getting the ball on 4th and 10. 10 minutes, 37 seconds to go. All righty. Those watching, we've had multiple issues with the live cast, but we're powering through it. Fair catch, and I thought he was ran into in the halo, in the area. You can't be within a couple yards. And, man, to me, it looked like the Eagles player was, but maybe it's because I'm watching it on the phone. I don't know. All right, let's see if I can figure this out while we go to the commercial and maybe get something a little bit bigger here. I don't really want to pause it. Dang it, I paused it. Didn't want to do that.
Sweat and all that.
All right.
The way we do things.
Well, while you, I just paused it again. Messing up here, guys. Messing up. I'm doing too much, as Jen would say. All right. See if I can get all caught up here. All right. See if I can figure out something on the tablet here. Philly falling apart physically? Let's hope they do. That would help our cause, wouldn't it? All right. Not that I can't read it on that on the phone, but I would like it a little bit better on the other ones. All right, trying to find. Trying to do stuff here during the commercial. Nope. All right. Well. Well, maybe I'm not going to figure it out. All right. Trying to get it. But, well, I had it, man. All right. Let's try. Never wanted to quit. Not this coach. All right. I know it's affecting the play-by-play, but I would love to have this on a little bit bigger screen. Oh.
Just this.
All right, coming back to it. I'll mess with that afterwards. Somebody's ankle got taped. Good stuff. All right, getting back to the game. Watching that. Penei Sewell got his ankle taped. Seems to be okay. He is in. Lions type formation to the high side, one to the low side, running back behind, man in motion, goes to the low side, is St. Brown, now back to the high side. And, of course, there's the handoff up the middle. He bounces out between the guard and the left tackle and gets about we'll say 4 to 5 yard gain. Doing my best here with what I can work with here. All right. It is 2nd and 4 now for the Lions. Shotgun, 3 low, trips low. Monty to the high side. Cleef Raymond. They're going to swing it out to Gibbs, who lined up as wide receiver. He's got some yards. He's got more than a few yards. He cuts back. He cuts back again. He gets back. He's got a little bit of hole. He got a bit of a more of a hole. He's going to take it all the way down to about the 23-yard line. Gibbs showing some wheels, showing some ability to move the ball for the Lions. And, hey, I'd say Lions fans everywhere are happy about that. All right, getting back to it. Man, I just want a bigger screen, but one thing at a time. Penei Sewell lays the wood on a would-be cornerback trying to make the play. Didn't work out well for him. 1st and 10, Detroit. Lions, again, doubles to the low side, singles to the high side, tight end motions high side. They're now going to hand it off to Gibbs. Gibbs is going to get hit at the line. He's going to fall forward for about a 2-yard gain. Looks like his face mask got grabbed. Could be sonic boom. I'll go with that. Jeffrey, will and grit. Hey, you got to have some will in your grit, isn't that? James, let's go. Exclamation point. Trim, that was not MDI. Morton did it. All right. Will we finally finish a drive? Hey, we finished one. We got one touchdown, but I get your point. Let's make it another one. All right, 13-6, 8.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Goff making a check. It is 2nd and 8. 6 on the play clock. Goff in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off again. Gibbs massages the ball for about 4 more yards. That should make it a 3rd and short opportunity. Maybe a couple of yards. Now Monty. Let's see if they bring in Monty. And you guys know I'm going to try to keep messing with this thing. Try to get it to work here. But might have to wait for a commercial here. Is what it is. All right. All right. All right. It is 3rd and 4. Shotgun. Running back high side. Receiver high side. Doubles to the low side. Again, I'm watching this on my phone since we're having issues with the rest of it. Another handoff of the middle. It's going to be a first down and a little bit more as he takes it down to about the 9 to 8 yard line. Lions pushing the ball. Mm-hmm. The Lions coming back now. Gibbs in the backfield. Goff takes it, swings it out to the lower right side. It is caught. Ooh, nasty tackle on J-Mo, but it's going to bring him down to about, we'll say, the 5 yard line.
Believes in his running game in that way. And, it's what are you doing well tonight? It's not like
all right, I'm going to give up the tablet for now at least. All right. Showed a clip of an Alabama play. Okay, I'll get back to that. Give me a minute, Big Mike. It's going to be a handoff to Gibbs up the middle. He gets hit hard. He stumbles forward, falls down on 2nd and goal. It's going to make it about 2nd and, we'll say, 4. 2nd about 4 on that one. All right. Let's see what they do here. It is 3rd down. Gibbs takes a bit of a hit, but does find a way. Not a big gain on that play. It is now 3rd and goal. Shotgun, one high, trips to the low with the running back also just to his right. Motion man in. They're going to run it with Gibbs again. Gibbs, again, nowhere to go. Guys pushing each other, talking about each other's mamas. Dan Campbell does not give up on the run. He will not give up on the run. It is now 4th and goal. The Lions take 3 or they go for it. I think we all know what MCDC is going to do here. The Lions offensive line has not been bad, but not been able to move the Philadelphia Eagles line. Tesla in the game. 3 to the low, 1 to the high. There's the snap. Goff on 4th down. He's looking, slings it, and into the dirt. Meant for St. Brown, but Goff was getting hit as he threw. Again, the Eagles brought the heat. Goff felt the heat and had to get rid of it. Dan Campbell has consistently gone for it. Hard to tell who he was throwing to. It looked like he had right open, but it's easy for me to say when I'm not getting hit by a 250, 270-pound guy. What I can say is it is now the Eagles' ball inside the 5 yard line, unfortunately speaking. Dude, get rid of Goff. Yeah, that's what I say when I'm getting hit by a big guy too. Yeah. Get rid of the quarterback that's taking the hit. All right, so JW, let me ask you. We get rid of Goff. Who do we bring in who's going to be better? Just my thought. EZ Dan is costing us the game. Might be. Let's see, Big Mike. It hasn't a thought there. It's tough. It is tough, isn't it? All right. And that's not what I want here either. I don't want, all right, so hold on. And I get whenever a quarterback throws an incomplete pass on fourth down, we want to get rid of them. But unfortunately, at some point, you don't have anybody else then. So if we're going to get rid of them, who are we going to bring in to replace them? So let me know. Good time for a take would be a great time for it, wouldn't it? Jess Montgomery. Well, hey, we'll make Montgomery the starting quarterback. All right. Bold strategies, Cotton, as somebody once said. Let's see. Braze 9, hello, Golf. Oh, why is he throwing to his binky there? Brock was open. Huh? Again, the only thing I'll say is it's real easy to see it up here when you don't have a bunch of guys running at you and hitting you. But that's what we do as fans. If it was that easy, everybody would have the quarterback that could do it all the time. I mean, I feel bad for Golf, man, because I don't know. I just feel like we are never satisfied as fans. All the whining, who's got us in first place? It's true. Let Manu run it in. Yeah. Could have tried that too. Although I think he's still on IR. So, could be wrong on that, but I think so. All right. Maybe I got the tablet figured. Maybe not. And again, maybe not. Who knows? We'll find out. Tesla was a high school quarterback. Is he an NFL quarterback? There are a whole lot of guys who were quarterbacks in high school. They ain't quarterbacks in college or the NFL, though. Dre Day, it's fine. We're only down 7. I'll agree. Let's see. All I'm saying is Goff under pressure is cooked. I don't know a quarterback that isn't under pressure. But there's nothing wrong with your guys' opinion. I can just say all the people that yell about Goff, that's okay to have your opinion. Mine is, if you feel like we can get somebody better, let me know who that's going to be in the comments section. If you can say get somebody else, let me know who we're going to get. Maturity is an age, it's a destination. Yes, Scott Mitchell was once upon a time the guy. All right, it is on the 4-yard line, shotgun formation for the Eagles. Trips to the low side. He drops back to pass. He's got time. He's going to throw a shot deep down the field, and incomplete. Once again, the Lions defense is put in a terrible task. The good thing is they've got field position. So, and again, I want to be clear. I'm not saying you guys are wrong if you say you want to get rid of Goff. Just let me know who we're going to get that's better. That's all I ask. About the Sarge wants you to know he's about had it with it. And yes, the hits on Goff are adding up. And again, not many quarterbacks do well when they get hit like that too often. Could be wrong, though. All right, getting back to the game. It is 2nd and 10. No, Rocky was saying, there's a little bit of room for him. He throws it, and he does complete it down the field. There is a penalty flag for what? Hitting the receiver who caught the ball, I guess. Brian Branch is down, grabbing at his leg. Brock Wright was open. But you know what? I bet you I could go back on every play and show you somebody who's open. But again, you guys want a different quarterback, let me know who the quarterback we need to go get. Let me know who is going to be the one who's going to be an upgrade over him. So you guys keep saying this guy isn't good. Let me know who you're going to get, who's going to be better. Put your name on it. Because if we go and get that guy and he's not as good, are you going to stand up and say, hey, it's on me? That's what I want to know. All right, Damien, officially done with Jared Goff. Okay, just isn't the one. All right, officially let me know who we're getting, who's better. I don't say you guys are wrong, but I don't want to hear, well, I don't know who I'm going to get. I don't know who I'm going to get. I'm going to get somebody else. Somebody else is going to be better. All right, I agree. I would have taken the 3 of the run. Let's see, Pierce. It's way too easy to get worse at quarterback. I think to me, that's the problem. We all want somebody better. We want somebody better than one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Great. Tell me who that guy is we're going to go get. We're going to go get Patrick Mahomes? What are we giving up to get him? We're going to get Josh Allen. How are we getting him? Who are we going to get? You let me know. Yeah, I agree with that, but apparently hit him in the head or something. I don't know. Lions have had lots of opportunities this game. Have not taken advantage. Eagles, you could say, have. Baker Mayfield, all right, Tone, how do we get him? Is Tampa Bay going to give him up? Let me know. Whiteside? Ooh, maybe we can have Whiteside at quarterback. So, I would just say there's a reason why there's only really a few good quarterbacks in the NFL. You know, I would summarize it this way. Most quarterbacks in this game, you know, at the NFL level, they're all pretty much mirror copies, in my opinion. There's 5 or 6 of them that are really different, though. And if you get one of them, you ain't giving them up. But that's just my opinion. You can have your opinion, but it is what it is, my friends. All right. 2nd and 4. Hurts under a lot of pressure, and he's going to be tackled by a group of Lions, including Hutch and Lopez. That's going to be a bit of a loss. I agree with that, Ronan. Lots of wasted opportunities. Coach Rock, just put flags on them. I'll go with that. So, Tone, how are we getting Baker? And I don't want to ask that, but let me know. I wouldn't have a problem with Baker Mayfield, but how do we get him? Goff is awesome. Well, I don't think anybody here thinks he's the greatest quarterback in all the live-long land, but can we get somebody better than him? Anybody mobile with 2 years or more? So great. Okay. Who is it? How do we get him? Let me know. So you're saying we can get Justin Fields and he will take us to the promised land. He's got more than 2 years and he's mobile. And that pass is incomplete on 3rd and 15. So Damian is saying we can get Justin Fields. He'll make us better. So, all right. Sean, we'll go with that. Rotisserie Roy Lopez, we could try him at quarterback too. We could try him. He's, I guess, mobile. No. All right. Come on, guys. I'm just trying to have a little fun with you. Hopefully nobody gets too worked up about it. All right. Let's get back to it. Lions are going to get the ball back. 3 minutes, 4 seconds in the third quarter. Cleve Raymond catches it. He's at the 10. He's going to cut back. He's at the 13. Maybe he makes his way up to the 14. Justin Fields garbage. Well, okay. Damian, Bo Nix, Jackson Dart. How do we get them? Are their teams giving them up? So you're saying get somebody through the draft. All right. Who's coming out next year's draft that we can get at the quarterback spot? And we'll just say roughly the 20 to 30 spot. And if, how about this? You name the guy, and if you're wrong, you've got to pay my mortgage for the next 3 years. Make that 4 years, because that's how far we'll set back with that pick, right? So nothing wrong with that. Let me know who that guy is. That's the problem. A lot of people can complain. A lot of people can't come up with answers. And you're not saying Goff was wrong to me. Wasn't, shouldn't have hit the open guy. He should have. But I'm just saying that, if we're blaming it all on one guy, then you know what? How about we blame the offensive line for letting him get hit a few times? Are we blaming the wide receivers that have 7 drops already in the game? There's a lot of things you throw blame at. That's kind of my point. Hopefully you guys get that. All right, so we now have to take Baker off. One person said Baker. Now we got to take Baker off the list because he chokes under pressure. So, maybe we get Shedeur Sanders. Could be. All right. Let's move off the Goff subject. I think Goff is the best quarterback in the NFL. I don't think he is, but I think he's probably one of the best ones we can get. Bo Nix, all right. Will Denver give him up? What's it going to cost to get him? I heard Hendon Hooker's available. I do remember a lot of people saying that he was going to supplant Goff, and now he's looking to be on a team somewhere. Panay looking like ankle giving him a tough time. Yeah, they did say they had to wrap it up a wee bit, didn't they? All right, and let's not be rude to anybody. I'm okay with you guys having whatever opinion you have about stuff. I want to be clear on that. You want to say, hey, trade Goff, remove Goff, that's fine. But also then have a plan how to replace him with somebody who's clearly better. And the problem is if you don't get better, you're going to make the team worse. That's kind of my point. Hopefully you guys get that. Hendon couldn't even back up Bryce. All right. Let's see. 3. What do you got? Don't panic. Goff is great. He only lost to the greatest Tom Brady, and he is our guy. This spray painted bad things about him wrong. All right. Things you can't deny. 3rd and 4th down, 0 for 5, pressured on 4 or 5 drops. So you got to get something to get the ball out of his hand faster then if you want to avoid those pressures. But we can get better than Goff, I'm all for it. Improve the team any way you can. Let's get back to the game, though, with 3 minutes to go. Goff and the Lions at the 15-yard line, roughly.
Play action pass. He's under immediate pressure. Throws it and incomplete to St. Brown. So I'm just going to use that first down pass example. He does the play action pass, and a quarterback has pressure on him right away. That's tough, man. That is tough for just about anybody. All right. Damian, how do we get Drake May? Let me know. You've got a lot of names, but you're not telling anybody here how to acquire that guy. All right. Let's see. Let's go on to it now. 2nd and 10. 2 to the high side, 2 to the low side. Goff drops back. He's looking. He throws it. Looked like it hit Tesla in the hands. Although, keep in mind, I'm watching this on a phone. So if it was off, let me know. All right, here's the replay. Goff gets hit. Man, I didn't think you could hit him in the knees. What I can say, whether you like Goff or not, whoever's back there for Detroit is taking hits. So 3rd and 10. And now the Philly defense can really tee off. Here we go. They're going to run a screen pass, John Morton style, but Gibbs has got it. He's got a first down. He's got a little bit more. He's past the 30, 35, 40. He spins. He's still going. He's pushed forward, and Messiah's down, we'll just say at the 48 to 49-yard line. Well, all I can say is if you quit on something, hey, you get exactly what you do. Quit. One thing I don't do is I don't quit on anything. It's just not me, man. Let's see, Rock, wasn't that a low hit? That's what I thought, man. I didn't think you could hit him in the knees or lower. So maybe we should get Tom Brady. Hey, Damien, maybe. If you could talk Tommy the Terrible into it, I don't know. Anyway, it's a first down for the Detroit Lions. Pitch out, and we've got it. He's running. And, hey, Montgomery delivers the boom as he gets about a 7-yard gain. Grady. O-line is not giving Jared Goff enough time. He is getting blasted. He is, man. He's taking some hits. Now, we could say if he gets rid of the ball faster, he takes less hits. But people also have to be open. It is a bit of a symbiotic relationship. I get Michael Vick. We could try to go with him. Sure. He's, 47 now, I think? Daniel Jones, top free agent, quarterback for next season. Should get the money. Let's see if we can go after him. But that would be next season, though. That won't help us this season. All right. 2nd and 3, Goff rolls out. He's got heat on him right away. So, just from my eyes, doesn't have to be your experience, but like that is 2 straight play action passes. The defensive line isn't biting at it at all. So when you're turning around now and trying to read, you've already got people in your face. That's tough for any quarterback. All right, let's get back to it on 3rd down and 3 to go. Goff and the Lions down by 7. They have crossed the 50. Probably 4 down territory, if I think we can all agree on that. Dan Campbell is not punting the ball today or kicking field goals. All right, he takes the drop back. He drops it, and it is batted down. The defensive line for Philadelphia has caused problems all over. And yes, whoever it is on the defensive line for Philadelphia, they have either gotten to the quarterback, gotten hits, or they're timing some passes and batting them down. Dang, I'll go with dang, 100%. Dang. All right. Big onions time. The Lions do not need a punter. Jack Fox. Here we go. Lions get it. Goff throws it, and, man, there ain't nobody there. That is an ugly pass by Jared Goff. He's hearing ghosts, they say. That front 4 is incredible. I would agree. They're doing pretty dang good. I think it's rude you're blaming a top 5 quarterback, Jared Goff, for wide receivers drop passes. I think it's everybody. And I'm blaming everybody for everything. Everybody can have their own opinion. I'm not saying yours is wrong. I'm not saying it's right. I can say that pass, is nowhere near St. Brown. But again, quarterbacks get hit enough, they're going to happen. It's going to happen. All right, defense needs a pick pick 6 or a scoop and score. That would be ideal, wouldn't it? So
Tesla wide open again. I didn't, to be honest, I'd have to see the replay to see one way or the other. You tell him, Coach, hey, sometimes I say something. It doesn't mean I always get it right, though. All right, Lions defense, once again, has to hold. And, hey, this time they're all over the running back in the backfield, and he's going to lose about a yard, I'd say. Waiting for the whistle, heard the whistle. So, we'll see what they do. Right now, I get some of you want to get rid of Goff. That's fine, but you're going to have to do that in the offseason. I don't think they're going to do that in the middle of the game. I don't think they're going to do it in the middle of the season either. Not unless he's hurt. So, and then if he gets hurt, we got to believe Kyle Allen. And then, of course, people want Kyle Allen gone. And then when Kyle Allen's gone, we're going to want somebody else gone. So, it kind of is what it is. All right. Trying to have a little fun with you guys. 2nd and 10 for the Lions D. I thought he lost yards there. Shotgun formation, 3 to the high side, 1 to the low side, running back low side. And he's going to drop back to pass. He's going to swing it out to Barkley. Barkley's got it. He's going to high step. He's going to fall forward for about 6 yards. Flag on the play. A.J. Brown is maybe holding himself. Maybe I think he's all right, but we'll see. We are beating ourselves. I would agree with that. 100%. 100%. Low block on Philly. That's going to move him back a bit. I mean, I get Dan Campbell goes for it. I can only say in that situation on 4th and 5 where Goff missed the wide open Brock Wright, I would have taken the 3. That's me, though. Doesn't mean I wouldn't be aggressive other times, but we've gone for it so many times on 4th down. And so far, it hasn't been working too well. But that's part of coaching. Anybody wants to become a coach, feel free to sign on up. You got to be willing to live with the rights and wrongs. Somebody's always going to come after you. So you can win and people are going to come after you. All right, 2nd and 25. 10 seconds to go until the 4th quarter. This game is really moved by. And I think they're going to just take it down. It's the start of the 4th. Scoreless 3rd quarter. Lions had opportunities and did not get them. All right, let's get back to you guys while we wait for it. I wasn't trying to be rude, Coach. No, you're fine. I'm just trying to have fun with all you guys. It is, at least in my opinion, a lot of people today are very, energized for this game. Nothing wrong with that at all. And hey, some of you hate Goff, want him, beheaded. That's fine, man. I'm just trying to have a little fun, little banner with you guys, and I hope nobody takes it personal. Hope nobody gets, upset about it. I'm just trying to have some fun with you guys. David, go Lions! Exclamation point. Gary, Fox must love playing for Lions. Man, you ain't wrong. Talk about a job that's stealing money. That's it right there, man. Let's see. Defense needs to score 1. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Jess, we're beating ourselves. I agree. Cynthia, Trim Reaper, exactly. I'm pretty sure he was replying to Damien with that we're coming, not you, Dan. No, yeah, I'm fine, guys. Nothing upsets me, or very, very few things in life upsets me. Tesla wide open probably was accurate. Buster defense needs a pick to 6 or scoop and score. All right, I'm all caught up that way. So, I just try to be as neutral as I can be. Could you get a better quarterback than Goff? Absolutely. Do I think reasonably you're going to draft one and develop one within a few weeks to, next year to, keep the freight train going? No, it's probably going to take a season or 2. Could be wrong. You could have hit a diamond in the rough. Could you find someone in free agency? Absolutely possible. Problem is you're stuck with Goff's contract. So my philosophy as a person maybe isn't yours. I'm just going to root for the guy we have. Move on to the next play. That being said, Goff is taking a lot of hits. Whether it's play design, structure, holding on to the ball, have your opinions on it. We can also say the head coach has gone for a ton on 4th downs and given away, in my opinion, some field position here. We can also say go off into the offense and put the ball down to the, 4-yard line. And you know what? Hey, we didn't get a score, but maybe kick the field goal, and now it would be a little bit closer of a game. There's so many things that affect games. My philosophy as a coach is 8 to 12 plays that really determine the game. And how many plays can we look back tonight and say one of those 8 to 12 plays really has impacted this game's outcome? Lions still have an opportunity, though. And with everything that's gone against us, we still have an opportunity. All right, Great Lakes defense is giving us every chance. They really have, haven't they? Coach Rock, defense needs a player. That would be phenomenal. Cody, we completely blew this game. Maybe the wind or Philly, but we are off. We are off. And, I was mentioning earlier, You allow a quarterback, any quarterback, to get hit enough times, it will impact them emotionally in the game. That's why people put the hits on them, right? Let's see. But again, I don't have a problem with you guys saying get somebody else. Just tell me how we get that person that we know is going to be better. All right, here we go. Start of the fourth. There's the snap on second 18. He's got time. He's got all sorts of time. He's going to break pocket. He's going to pick up a few yards. We'll say about 5 yards, maybe 6. Captain Jack got to him, threw the arm out and got him down. Hurts does get up. Was he? He was in bounds. Yeah, just gets a hand on him as he's going out of bounds and he loses his footing. Yeah, nothing illegal there. As a Philly fan, he might not like it, but he was in bounds when he was touched. All right, it is now the 3rd and 11. Philly at the 45. Big opportunity here for the Lions defense. There's a snap. Lions are only sending 4. They're playing containment. They're getting a little bit of pressure. He's running out of the pocket, throws it. Does he catch it in bounds? They do, but he's about 2 yards short of the first down. Let's see what they do there. Yeah, nice thing about a running quarterback. 100% there. Yeah, I mean, everybody wishes their quarterback could throw it 90 yards and outrun everybody. I totally get it, but, we don't have that. And then there's a penalty on Detroit. Dan Campbell, less than happy. And it's automatic first down as Meek Robinson was holding on the play. No, you're totally fine, man. I don't have a problem with anybody, man. I hope you guys know that. I'm not arguing with anybody. I'm not upset with anybody. So, all right. Getting back to the game, it is 1st and 10. The Lions have perhaps been their own worst enemy this game. I think we can agree on that. Have your opinions, man. Ronan, come on, man. Just throw them out there. This is part of the fun of the chat is to have opinions and share. It doesn't mean we always have to agree with each other. That's how you have healthy discussions, man. All right, the running play gets out bounds. There's going to be a first down, but it looks like there's a hold on the play. This one's probably coming back. Yeah. So, I don't have a problem with anything saying whether, I texted Mike Berg and said, hey, you're okay with saying whatever you want. Just, you have to also understand some people will have different opinions. I'm guessing Tyleek could be. Metro defense still keeping us in the game. They have indeed all game long. Oh yeah, they got one on Alex Anzalone. He got hooked there. Come on, Lions, says Joseph C. I like the way you're thinking. First and 19. Shotgun formation. Eagles take it. They're going to hand it off. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to go down after about a 4.5-yard gain. We're all kind of having our opinions, but man, very few people are talking about the Chris, what's his name on the show? The former wide receiver for the Bengals. All right, great day. If the receiver's getting a hand on it, they need to catch the ball. I agree. Jared Goff is doing as good as he can with what the defense is giving them. Okay, go with that. Back in the game, coming out of the commercial break. 2 to the high side and shotgun, 2 to the low side, 1 running back to the low side. There's the snap. He drops back. He throws it out to the sideline. Caught it for about a 7-yard gain on Mullet. It's going to bring up 3rd down once again for the Eagles. Ocho. I'll go with that. The Big Lebowski reference, it happens, man. Terrible game, and we're still in it. I agree with you. Lions have not played well, coached well, thrown well, blocked well. They haven't done much well. We have to keep them on their side of the field. I agree with that. Yeah, you got to get the ball back and have a chance here. 3rd and 6. Empty backfield. 3 low, 2 high, at least with my eyes. Lions are going to have to get pressure. They're backing out here. And a quarterback run design, and it's an easy first down. The Shep Flex defense, once again, has gotten run on today. Had not been a problem prior to today. It is a problem today. Just Dan, that's who you are. We're talking about from the Bengals. Yeah. Oh no, not Ocho. Collinsworth. That's what I meant. Collinsworth. Sorry about that. Yeah. I have to keep it to the side of the ball. Yep. The dude abides. Hutch is getting handled by. Hutch has been overall fairly quiet today. All right, another empty backfield for the Eagles. 1st and 10. Lions need to stop in the biggest bad way. It's going to be a deep throw down the field and incomplete. Looked like Jack Campbell in coverage on Barkley, and thankfully Hurst cannot connect. Hurts has all day. He has had some time, hasn't he? Barnes took the wrong gap. Defense won't hold forever. They've done a pretty good job today. Just thumbs up. Need more pass rush. Well, see if we can get anybody. So far, the Lions' offense has been non-existent for the most part, and the defense, while it's done well, showing some signs of fatigue. With 11 minutes and 7 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. All right. 2nd and 10. There's the snap. Hurts has it. He drops back. He's under a little center pressure, and he's just going to throw this one away. Discretion, the better part of valor for Hurts, as he does drop back and throw it away there. These late night games, yeah, I'm going to be feeling it too, man. Cody, can we please get a turnover? That'd be phenomenal, wouldn't it? Hutch ain't even getting double teamed or nothing. No, he's been silent tonight. And let's say last week too, for the most part. So, all right. Don't mind Hurts too much. Doesn't seem too cocky. No, he seems like a fairly mellow-headed dude. All right, 3rd and 10 for the Lions. Let's see what they do here. They're going. They're showing 0 blitz. They're bringing the blitz. Hot read is completed, and he's brought down about 4 yards short line of gain. So it's going to be 4th and about 4. What will the Eagles do? They're going to try to kick it. Your bus driver, Brent, you're not wrong there. When Hutch celebrated that half sack, it upset me. It happens, man. All right. The Lions defense has really risen to the occasion. Eagles have an opportunity to make a 10-point game with this kick with 10.5 minutes to go. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. It's up there. It's out there. It's in there. Right down the center. The wind did not affect him. We need 2 touchdowns fast. Eagles can kick field goals. Well, they can. The Lions need to come back and win, or Dan Campbell's going to face some John Morton questions. It would be my opinion. All right. Mathoff, what do you got? Have we had any 4th down conversions this game? Maybe they should try a field goal, Dan. I would be okay with that. I would have been okay with that. They didn't, though, for whatever reasons. How big are these missed 4th downs? It's a fair question. I like Hurst. Even he does, and though he doesn't tend to speak in corporate inspirational poster quotes as a lot. No, I'd say he's pretty mellow tone kind of guy. Morton wasn't the only problem. There could be a lot of problems. Could be more than one for sure. But what we do know is, hey, all the excitement about the offense last week is probably going to be a little dialed back this week. Eon, yeah, a little bit cheesy. I'll go with that. Cody, I don't really blame Dan too much. I mean, a lot of 4th downs were players messing up. I'll go with that and see. Sean, we're done. It's over for the night or the year, or we ending all humanity. Sean, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Blue Fly Hill. Dan Campbell is the reason Detroit losing. Horrible. All right. It's how quickly the tables get turned. Bo, win, lose, or draw, there's a lot of season left. There is. Coach Tiny K, I missed saying happy birthday to you earlier. Hey, thanks for that. Hope you've enjoyed your day. It's been a great day. Great day. Let's see. Cynthia, it's a grit and grind kind of game. Might be accurate. Trim Reaver. As long as we beat the Eagles in the playoffs, I'm happy. 100% there. 100%. Cody, yeah. Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Dan. Thank you very much. D, like I said, man, 11-6 record, and we might sneak in the playoffs. Huge mistake not bringing back Za'Darius. Za'Darius is retired. So if he would have retired on us, how would it be any different than it is now? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Blue, Fly Hill, Detroit needed 3 earlier. Now it's 10 points. I agree. Coach Rock makes you more hungry. Hungry like the wolf. Dre Day. You can't go both ways. You can't love it when it works, but be mad when it doesn't. This is the identity of the team, so go for it. Yeah, true. That's who he is. Dre Day, the 4th down. John, I'm so mad that 3rd and goal that should have been a play action pass. They were loaded up for Gibbs in the middle after they ran up 4 times. I'm not disagreeing with you, man. Go see. We are missing Sam LaPorta back. Could be. Buster Event, the worst part is if we lose, Chicago will be in first place. Yes, they will. String Theory, the zombie apocalypse begins tonight. I will be looking out for it with some delicious Mountain Dew. All right, let's get back to the game as Dan Campbell, first game with 5 missed 4th down conversion attempts. Chicago got more wins if we lose. This is true. All right, here we go. Returning the ball. He's at the 20. He's going to come up to about the 25, power forward to, say, the 26-yard line. Somebody here has to know what I'm talking about. Somebody probably does. I haven't read through all the comments, though. All right, Cody, I feel like since we missed that extra point, it's been all downhill. Just have to find a way. 100%. Coach speak right there. Just find a way. Doesn't matter about the rest. I said he's cheesy. Lemon squeezy. Easy E says NFC is loaded this year. Lions might need to go 6-1 the rest of the way to make playoffs. Could be. All right, what we do know is the Lions are back here. They're with the ball in the shotgun formation. 2 to the high side, 1 to the low side, plus the tight end. Goff is checking, making a line adjustment with 10 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Lions are down 10 points. All right, they're going to hand it off. Gibbs breaks it outside. He gets outside contained, and he's going to get a Detroit Lions first down, about 11 yards in totality. Trim Reaper, the end of the world as we know it. That might be. I feel like that could be a good song, Trim. Cody, we are moving the ball, but just getting boggled down. We have been. We have been indeed. There's still time for the Detroit Lions in the 4th quarter. Under 10 minutes to go. Down by 10. The Goff and the Lions have the ball. And somebody cue up the NFL film song here, or music. All right, 2 to the high side, 1 to the low side. Shotgun formation, running back high side. Goff makes a line adjustment. Check, yells kill. And he calls the snap. They got a blitz coming. He's under some heat. He's going to get rid of the ball just in time before he goes down. If it's me, I would say, hey, the Lions are losing the schematics here. They're losing the X and O's. Philadelphia is getting home with these blitzes. They're getting hits on it. And you know what? The Lions aren't getting rid of the ball fast enough. That comes down to, in my opinion, schemes. If you have a second and a half to throw it, man, I don't even know if he had that. Ratledge missed badly on that block, and Goff felt it. It is now 2nd and 10. 2 to the high side, 1 to the low side. Goff is going to be sore tomorrow is what I'll say. He takes the snap. They don't blitz this time, and he throws it low into the dirt. Run Gibbs, complete passes, block at the line. Easy game, right? Goff is throwing low a lot this season, maybe. Tate is getting handled. He is. And yet I have not seen anybody in the comment section say trade Tate, replace Tate. I haven't heard anybody say anything about that. You can't put it all on one guy. That's been my opinion throughout the show. You allow a quarterback to hit 18 times, we'll see what shakes. Goff follows it up and throws incomplete as it's batted down on 3rd down. I suggest just go home to Detroit. We'll see if they'll do that. Cody, not wrong there. Exclamation point. Draft a quarterback next year, says Max77. All right. Who, Max? Tell me who in the comments section. Who are we drafting to replace Jared Goff that next year will take us to the promised land? Dan O'Damas wants to know. Right. Data's getting handled. All right. I'm all caught up. All right. 9 minutes, 16 seconds to go. Lions are in a bad way here. Who are the good quarterbacks in college coming out every draft? Well, that's the problem, Max. They're like, remember when Peyton Manning. Oh, it's touched. It's a live ball and knocked out of bounds by the Lions. Gosh, now I got to try to remember. QBs. Hold on a second. So remember,
Just to your point there, Max, quarterbacks that were supposed to be good, right? Remember the year Peyton Manning was drafted, there were people that wanted to draft Ryan Leaf over him. That's right. Ryan Leaf. Because everybody said he was good. And that's the problem when you draft. It's best guess at the quarterback spot, probably more than anything in sports, other than maybe a pitcher. 2 linemen are playing injured, maybe. Well, I'm going to guess everybody in the game right now is playing injured at this point in the year. That's just my opinion, of course. Breeze 9, we need to speed up the offense. Might as well throw Allen in. Let's see what happens. Whole lot of stinks. Okay, Sean, we can't get a single break. We have not got a single break. And Tom Brady went 199. Yeah, there's the other part. The guy that won the most Super Bowls in NFL history, won more than almost every franchise in NFL history. He was picked where? I mean, Kurt Warner wasn't even he was drafted, but you guys get it. He was cut and kicked around. You know, you guys get it, man. It's such a gamble on quarterbacks. Lions have drafted a whole lot of quarterbacks in the first round. How many of them worked out? All right, Nick 83, I never cared for Goff unless he can stand and throw. He is not your modern quarterback. Dirt balls, can't run and throw, doesn't even run for yards, just dirt balls. Okay, Nick, no pass rush. All right, so are you saying Jared Goff can't rush the quarterback? I'm not sure where you're going with that. Or are they two separate things? Goff has no legs. I think we'd all agree with that, but he does stand out there on them. Priest 99, if the offensive line is not giving Goff enough time to put Allen in, he can't move his legs and buy himself time. All right. Is he a better quarterback, though, than Goff? I can find a whole lot of guys that run. Doesn't mean they can throw better. I can find a whole lot of guys that can't run, that can throw. But you guys get the gist. Jeffrey, we need an offense, not a quarterback. That could be a bold strategy. Goff being under pressure isn't Goff's fault. He's got to get rid of the ball faster. Maybe they got to pick some different plays. I don't know. Eric, never seen him with a glove. Get rid of the glove. Maybe shouldn't. Maybe shouldn't have. So Gary, a weapon in Bates and you don't use him. Good. Breeze 9, nothing against Goff, but this is not his night. It has not been his night. But and that brings a lot of questions into play. So we need offense. Okay, got that one. St. Brown must be the only wide receiver on the field, huh? You would think so. We still into James Williams. Think he threw it to Gibbs. Outside of that, I'm not so sure. All right. Well, a night that has not gone the Lions' way has had 9 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. Eagles. Nice play action pass and throw out there. Got everybody biting on it. Barnes brings him down. That is the first time I think we've really seen Barnes do anything this game. Agreed, Michael. Damon. Jared Goff can't get a 7-yard scramble out of the pocket. He's not. It's not just tonight. It's all season. If you want him to scramble, you need to get a different quarterback. He can't scramble. All right, Coach Rock, we have to keep our draft picks because that's what Brad Holmes likes to do, maneuver around the draft, and he seems to get the injured but makes the trade to get him. All right, getting back to it is 1st and 10. Lions in desperation mode at this point, and that desperation run is not going to go well as, again, the backside edge is giving up. And I hate saying it, but, man, if it's me, Aiden Hudson is becoming a detriment to the run defense, in my opinion. Goff didn't need legs tonight. He needed a good throwing arm. Needed that. How about the offensive line? I don't see a whole lot of people talking about the offensive line. Not that Goff has been good, but how about that offensive line, too? This is so ridiculous. Hey, it's ridiculously ridiculous. All right. We'll see what shakes out here. So, getting back at it, it is 2nd and 2. Philly going to burn a lot of clock with a 10-point lead. And there's the handoff. They get him in the backfield. They hold him in the backfield. They let him power forward to get about a yard gain, maybe a half-yard gain. He had time sometimes. Max, did he have a lot of time throughout the night? I don't know. I've seen a few where he's been under pressure in less than half a second. That's not a lot of time to throw. And if you know a quarterback that can do that, that quarterback's pretty good. All right, Coach Rock needs to make a big trade like Philly did, and there were the champs doing it. So let's get rid of the GM. Let's get rid of the coach. Let's get rid of the quarterback. Let's get rid of a lot of people. All right, the Philly push, the tush. I don't know if he got it. All right, it's going to bring up 4th and 1. I'm anticipating. We stopped the tush push. We did.
I mentioned the O-line. This is unreal. They can't give Goff 3 seconds to throw the ball. That would be a problem. That would be a problem. Let's see what happens here on 4th and basically half a yard. Shep says, use your eyes. All right. Tush push time. Oh, there's a jump on Philly. And, hey, from my account, that's 3 stops by the Lions on the tush push. Remember, trade them all. Hit the like button. Thank you. Hey, if you guys could, that'd be great. See, Pierce. Let's all be friends. Blame Davenport. Daniel. What's ridiculous? The D is the only part of the Lions that came to play. The clock is a big issue now. I would agree. Yeah, what is actually happening is there is a defensive clinic putting on in Philly. I'd say both defenses have played well, man. It's just, I'm sure most of us would agree, at least, the Lions offense has put the Lions defense in a lot of bad situations here. Rona, we got a shot. We got a shot indeed. And all we need is a shot. Getting out of the way. 6 minutes. 14 seconds to go. Breeze 9. Hopefully we can turn this around. Let's go Lions. Exclamation point. Yeah, I'll throw something out there. And hopefully you guys know this is just for fun. Name a quarterback living that's played for the Detroit Lions that's won more than one playoff game. Now, list everybody in the Super Bowl era who's played quarterback for the Detroit Lions. How many of them won 2 playoff games? Now, list every one of them that were quarterbacks that were mobile, could run around and stuff. How many playoff games did they win? You guys just gave me an idea. Oh, man, I blew it. My bad. Let's try that again. Hold on. It's that time during the commercial. Let's go to the... It's game show time, and I'm your host, Dano, and I'm going to throw the questions out there. All right, let's go for 1,000 points here. If you can name a quarterback who has, in the Super Bowl era, won 2 playoff games for the Detroit Lions, you've got 10 seconds to put that person's name in the comment section. 9, 8, 7, 6. All right, let's go for 500 points. This is where it really kicks in. You might get a double jeopardy here. Name 2 quarterbacks in NFL history to win Super Bowl era playoff games for the Detroit Lions. All right. Now, this is where it's going to get real big here. For 10,000 points, the Lions have had 57 quarterbacks in my lifetime. That's right. A lot of them have been mobile. Name the mobile quarterback that won a playoff game. This is for the big one. All right. So you guys get my point, man. We can draft, I don't know, man. Go draft Usain Bolt. And let's see if we can get him to throw the ball and see if we can win games. Hopefully we can find somebody. Scott Mitchell and Joy Harrington. We're going to have to, I'm afraid you did not win on that one. Row 99. I go back to Bill Munson and Gary Daniels. Gary Daniels was actually not unmobile. He could have rolled around a little bit, but man, he got smashed a lot. The quarterback that will always probably be my heartfelt favorite, and I get most of you guys aren't even going to know him, Rusty Hilger. Just because I remember he was never going to be a starting quarterback, but there's one game against when I was watching, I was younger. Just got smashed over and over and over and kept getting up. And I thought the fact that he kept getting up, that was something. Mike McMahon, I really liked, by the way. I really liked him. I wish they would have kept him and developed him. All right, getting back to the game. Lions have a shot here. They got the ball. Jared Goff rolls out. He's going to swing it back. Man, thought we wanted to get rid of the screen passes. Maybe not. Charlie Batch did not win a playoff game, and I get it, man. I'm just joking. Hooker did not. Dan Orlovsky, no, but he doesn't know where the end zone is. Rodney Peete, I was a big Rodney Peete fan, and not just because he played for USC. Eric Kramer did beat the Cowboys before getting trounced by the Redskins. He did. But, man, what a game he had there, man. The answer is always Rodney Peete. Should be, man. All right, 2nd and 10 in what has been a calamity here. Lions still have a chance, though. Here we go. Shotgun formation, 2 high, 1 low, running back low. Here we go. Goff drops back. He's got pressure real quick and another batted pass. So I can only tell you guys my opinion. that quarterback's getting hit a lot. And I don't know. Have your opinions on it. Look, those are past our sock. They looking like at a ghost. Well, look at that pressure, though. You're not. I mean, I'm just surprised nobody's saying, "How about blocking a little bit?" But it's what it is. Man. Goff has no time at all. I don't agree with that. All right, shotgun formation, 3rd and 10 here with 6:04. Eagles are just teeing off now. Goff's got time this time. He's taking a lot of time, and he completes it to Jameson Williams for a big first down. He spins. He hits the 0 button in Madden, and he gets it up past the 42nd-yard line. J-Mo is explosive. Woo! Go Lions. O-line looks terrible. That time he gave him time, and look what he did. 5 batted passes. You got to throw over the dudes. Well, I guess we could say that on any batted pass. That is correct. Let's see. Gary, glad we didn't need any help at the trade deadline. Strength of your offense line looks lost. Hey, they gave him time that time. And that's all they need is a little bit of time. 1st and 10. Here go the Lions. They're going to play action pass, and there is no time on that one. Goff is under immediate pressure because nobody blocked that guy. And yes, it was an incomplete pass. But all the people complaining, why is it we just focus on one thing? Like that one. That's a play design. But nobody in the chat's yelling, hey, how come we run a play where we don't block a blitzing, linebacker or defensive end? We're just we fixate on one thing and say, oh, everything's this thing's fault. Instead of saying, hey, there's a whole lot of fault in this game. All right, so let's get back at it. 2nd and 10. Here's another blitz coming and another batted pass. Carter's just out there blocking shots. How about the O-line? How about it? Master, everyone forgets how good the Eagles' defensive line is. If they forgot, Eagles' line is here to help you remember. Oh, my God. There's a batted down, another one. All right. Coach Dan, not blaming Goff, but he is having an off game. He is, man, 100%. And, hey, Goff is playing terrible this game. I'm not trying to absolve him from any of that. I'm just saying we seem to miss that it's a lot of things in play here. All right, Goff under a little bit of pressure, throws it. He's hit as he's thrown, and what do you know? Incomplete pass. I turn my TV off, says Latasha. All right, we're here to help you. And another bad pass. I've got an incomplete pass because he was hit as he's thrown. But I guess we can call that a batted pass. So I'm watching the replay here. At least from my opinion, Goff's looking. He's got a guy one-on-one. He throws it to him. Problem is he gets hit as he's throwing the ball. So I don't know. What was that block? Oh, right. There wasn't one. Miss LaPorta could be. And there was, where was he on that passing event? Where he was passing to Gibbs on that one. But he got hit while he was throwing. Sewell injured offensive line offensive line's getting owned. And again, I think the offensive line's playing terrible. I think Goff is playing terrible. I think the play calling is not ideal. But then again, if you're just getting dominated at the whole point of contact, the lines, it's hard to run anything. We've seen we can't really run the ball tonight. And if you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard for a quarterback to throw the ball. So I think you're spot on with that. Spot on with that, dude. So is what it is. I just got looks like it's cold and definitely affecting the players, especially Goff. Maybe Big Mike Goff should fake throw once for Carter. Yeah. Cody Saint looks out of it tonight. He's way off. Yeah. All right, gain of 2 there on first down. The what do you got, Ronan? The NFL record for batted passes. I wonder if that's probably a legit question there. Maybe you already know. Let me know if that is accurate. Goff rattling, got happy feet. I would agree with that, Sean. I think you're spot on with that. But the problem is, you let a quarterback take that many hits in a game, they're all going to get rattled. Or at least, the vast majority of them. Easy, 11 on. Now he punts the ball down 10 with 5 minutes left. Yeah, a little surprising there, isn't it? I don't know. It's on a milk carton. The D showed up. The O on a milk carton. Yes, indeed. All right, 2nd and 8. Well, they're going to hand it off, and he's going to get going to be about a half yard, maybe a yard shy. Bring up 3rd and a yard. Unfortunately, the trade deadline is passed. All right, Tasha, it's the O-line. It's been an issue since the season started. I would agree. The O-line has not looked great throughout the vast majority of the season. Goff and Saint need some time after the game, just practicing their connection. It's off tonight. I think, boy, we could do I'm not going to do a post-game show. I'm going to save it for the morning. But I think you guys all have some great points. Tush push here. I guess it comes down to where they mark him. It looks like they got it, but not by much. Detroit's D has done actually a pretty good job against the pushing of the tushing. Lions defensive line has done a phenomenal job of deflating the push of the tush. Goff has thrown a number of passes away intentionally. He has some of that. We will never win a Super Bowl with Goff. All right. Who are we getting? Because you know what? Goff would be no different than every other quarterback since 1950s. So, anyone, everybody that wanted to get rid of Mike McMahon, Jared Goff, Bob Gagliano, Rodney Peete, Eric Kramer, Scott Mitchell. I don't even know. Apparently, everybody we need to get rid of. So, some point, though, that's, I guess we just have the next man up. All right, Sean, take the dang gloves off. Maybe throw in the towel while you're at it. Trim Reaver, my mother will protect Jared Goff better. Might need to sign her up. I got to admit, I guess I need to see them do it to us. But Philly is an incredible team, particularly on defense. Yeah, I'm not overly impressed with their offense. I think most of us would agree on that. But, man, their defensive front is maybe too legit to quit. All right, Andre, Goff and Saint need time. Okay, I'll call up there. Sorry about that, guys. Joey Harrington, another tush push. Can they stop him here? That one's, I think they got it. Maybe not. Maybe Detroit denied him again. Detroit in scoring range, they stopped him. I don't care what you guys say. That's incredible that Detroit has stopped the tush push 6 times tonight. Lions. Jack, I mean, you give everybody credit. It's not one person does it. But we talked about, I know, during the week, because the Lions' defensive tackles are so big, center block in, take out his shoulders, like Jack Campbell, who is a massive, massive middle linebacker by today's NFL standards. Just, he's tough, man. Him and those defensive tackles. And, man, everyone in the NFL is going to be watching this. Lions didn't give up a tush push, so they just stopped the push again. How about we all cheer that on? Instead of being Debbie Downers, let's be positive Pete's and say, how about this incredible performance against the tush push? Here we go, says the Roman. All right, we got time, we got the ball, we got position. We got a chance. Got to do something with it. If only would have kicked that field goal earlier, right? All right, play action. He's under pressure. Throws it. Incomplete. I'm going to try to be as fair and non-biased as I can be. You've got to give any quarterback time. And you guys can see it there. They're getting in there. And again, tomorrow morning show, there's a whole lot of bad stuff here. You can see, man, they just got beat there. You had one-on-one, but you got to give, you got to give some time here. Still got a chance, though. If only we got that extra point, that field goal. It's in the past, though, now. Shotgun formation, too high, too low. Blitz coming, picked up the blitz, but he is hit again. Gary, I would disagree. I would say, how about this? That defensive line is better. And if you can name a quarterback who's going to play well under that kind of pressure, Gary, in the comment section, please let me know who that quarterback is. Because that's 2-3 straight passes in a row where you're asking him to run deep routes, and he doesn't have time to wait for those routes to develop. That's my opinion. Doesn't have to be your opinion. 3rd and 17. He's got a little time here. He throws it. He unloads it. Unfortunately, that's a no. All right, what do you do here? Do you go for it or do you kick the field goal? He's getting hit every pass. I agree with that. Why no Flagstone? We're Detroit. It occurred to me the other day that Jack Campbell is almost as big as Aiden Hutchinson. Correct that. Freakish size and physical ability for a linebacker. Agreed with that. All right. 4th and 17. I got to imagine the Eagles are going to come after him. Then they're dropping 4 into shell over the top coverage. And they're going to call a timeout. I would agree with that too, JC. I agree with that. So, like when they were talking about in the, what was it, 4th and 4 down in the red zone, and he was radar locked on St. Brown the entire time. And I know you guys pointed out that he missed Brock Wright, but yeah, he was radar locked. All right, he had time and just missed it, bro. Which time? Because he's been hit this drive on each of the 3 throws he's had, and this is the 4th one here. So. Not many quarterbacks do well when they're getting hit as they throw. Goff had no time. Go there. Yeah, I think they're going to go for it. Don't want to hear MCDC say it's his fault. He's going to, man. That's what coaches do. Most coaches, not all coaches. All right, Lions going to change it, and they're going to go for the field goal. All right. And it's an offensive, and it's on the offensive side. Agree with that. All right, here we go. The kick attempt. The kick is up, and it is good. All right, to the moon, Master Bates. Man, kid's got a leg, don't he? That's on the offensive side. Bates is good. We need to kick more field goals. You know how I feel about Jack Campbell. I think we all have to like it. I mean, trying to be away from the negative stuff, it's just my nature, guys. Sorry. I think the defense has played phenomenal. I think the wide receivers, it's hard to assess. Goff, we all agree, has not played well tonight. The offensive line has not played well tonight. And that makes it hard to assess other things. We can all probably also agree there have been some drops by the receivers. That further exacerbates the situation, doesn't it? Is what it is. Remember, Lions are going to win this. I like the way you're thinking. Yeah, Gary, Joe Burrow sacked the most in Super Bowl history, but still won it. Can everybody else do that? If you're saying, hey, Michael Jordan did it, everybody else should be able to do it. So, one time, and now somebody did it. How's that working out for Joe Burrow now, though, Gary? You see the effect of those hits? Let's see, Breathe 9. What do you got? If only we had that 1 point. That 1 point, that field goal. Let's see, Sean, all the 4th downs have been field goals. We'd be winning. You know, Sean, to your point, that's kind of what I've been pointing out. There's more than one aspect to this game. And I think you're spot on with it. You know, the missed field or extra point, the turning down a field goal, the not going for it on, or the 4th downs that we didn't get it and then basically gave up field position. So I think, we all got good points in here. All right, let's see what we do here. If only we had that 1 point, probably would have helped. Lions win OT. Wouldn't that be something? I agree, Trim. We got a shot. Trim, remember, Joe won what, 2nd place? Yeah, that's true. He didn't win a Super Bowl, did he? There. So he didn't get to the Super Bowl, though. He still won a Super Bowl. No, he didn't. Joe Burrow didn't win a Super Bowl. Joe Burrow didn't win at all. Not a Super Bowl. He did make it to a Super Bowl, but he did not win it. All right. Let's see. Joe Burrow has never won a Super Bowl. That is correct. He lost. He did lose. He made it to the Super Bowl, but he lost. But we can all say this. Joe Burrow is the same as Jared Goff. They both made it to the Super Bowl, and they lost. So, it may be possible. Burrow hasn't won squat. Correct. All right. Well, here we go. 1 minute, 58 seconds. The Lions have all 3 timeouts. It ain't over. Nope. Wait. Hold on. I got something. Hold on. I didn't hear no bell, baby. We love the rain. Well, there we go. All right. Let's see what the Lions do. Let's see what the Eagles do. They're going to try to ice this thing. They're going to need to try to ice this thing. There's a run, and there's the backside again. Man. Not a huge gain, but it is about 3. First time out for Detroit. It's the risk we take. We got a shot. Hey, that's all we can say at this point. If I would have told you guys before the game, under 2 minutes to go, Lions would be down 7, having a shot, would you take it? the record of the Bears' opponents is combined 10-28. There is that. That loss to the Vikings is going to hurt us. Yeah, like all losses, right? I think we agree on that. The butt push could be. All right. We got 1:55 to go. Lions 2 timeouts. It is 2nd and 5. Let's see what we do here. Saquon Barkley. Got to stop him. Got to stop the pass. Got to stop the run. Got to stop Hurst. Got to stop everything. All right. There's the handoff again. And, hey, Captain Jack in there after about a 1 to 1.5 yard gain. I thought this was America. You are in America. Yeah. Trimmer, let's go Lions. Woo! I'll take that. Great A. The team didn't vote against the tush push, stopped it the most. That is accurate. That's something. All the marbles right here. Agreed. Laughing out loud. Captain Jack might be my favorite player. Man, he's making an impact, isn't he? Hey, and you remember all the people that didn't want us drafting him? There are a lot of Lions fans, a lot of them that were against him, that were in this very comment section. Well, not a minute now. But yeah, he's turned into be exactly what they wanted. All right, 3rd and 3. And I would say this, you can't let it be 4th and inches because they will go for the tush again. All right, here we go. To the high side, to the low side. Lions showing blitz. And we've got a penalty, I believe, on Philadelphia. False start, Philly. O-line is not 100% health-wise. None of them are at this point in the year. So it's about as good as it's going to be. And they're going to be a lot less healthy after this game. Let's be fair. They got beat on this game. We can all agree Goff played terrible this game. We can all probably also agree offensive line did not play well this game. So when your offensive line don't play well, your skill players don't play well, your running backs don't play well, your quarterbacks don't play well, typically at least. All right, Lions in 0 coverage across the board. They're only sending 4. They're going to play coverage here, and it's an incomplete pass. That is going to help Detroit. Oh, there's a flag. That's going to end the game. Going to have to see the replay because I didn't see it there, but that is game. That is not pass interference. Chris Collinsworth might be right. That is a terrible, terrible call. I just don't see anything there. I give NBC some credit because for their commentators even say that's bad. Yeah. That's a terrible call. Well, Lions in a tough spot here. Unbelievable call there. Another thing that didn't go the Lions' way. Well, is what it is. So we will get an apology, yes. This is why you need to be able to challenge any call. I agree. At the NFL. All right, it's 3rd and 8, though, and Philly doing us a solid by calling a timeout here. Thanks, Coach, for calling the game and hanging out, Coach and Duke Crew. I'll go with that. And always to you, Trim. Coach Rock, at least the NFL will apologize for that call, and we will feel better. Will we, though? Will we, though? Let's see. Gambling ruins sports. I agree with that. What a shame. They hate Detroit. Well, the call is going to draw some flags, but it is what it is. Cody, yeah, I would say usually my time knowing refs, they don't want to decide the games. And now when you've done that and you get to look back and say, hey, on the replay, yeah, maybe I don't know what I was looking at there. All right, 3rd and 8, they're going to hand it off. And he's going to end the game with a first down. All right, guys, that is the game. I'm going to end this one for the night. There will be no post-game show. I'm just going to catch you guys in the morning because it's been a long weekend with the birthday. I'll see you guys in the morning. Hopefully have a great night. Hey, we'll see you in the morning. We'll talk about it. Move on. You got New York, and then, of course, we all know you got Green Bay after that. Take care. Enjoy your day. Do something kind for some of you don't know. We'll see you guys all in the next Lions Talk Live. See you guys.